Hello. Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one tapped in? Craziest conspiracy theory.
I can't.
Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah. Bill Gates. Goddamn. The first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah. All of them. They tapped in.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's gonna dial.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
You're now tuned in to the New Normal Podcast. This is your co-pilot, Legacy Made. If you're here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share with your friends. We have an interesting topic tonight. Before we get into that topic, we're going to let our guests introduce themselves, and you can follow their social media handles and get a little bit more acquainted with them and what they may have going on. We're going to start with my immediate right.
Hey, y'all. I'm being goofy right now. Hey, I'm Alex. My Facebook is Alex Harris. IG is mother_Eve. Twitter, motherEve_.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, y'all. I'm Amber. On Facebook, you can find me at AMBII Hendrix. Like Hendrix. Okay. And on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all the other social handles, you can catch me at IAM_your daddy.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And we have Christian. Catch my pics. You want to give him your stuff. You're a regular, so they already know y'all.
Yeah.
Get your silence on your phones too if you can, people. But
my bad, y'all. But it's Chris. I'm back. I'm here to stay. So, but y'all can follow me on Instagram at Catch My Pics. That's Catch_my_pics. You don't want to miss it. Follow me on Snapchat. Snap my pics. Follow me on TikTok, Christian Jones 7, and I'm also on Facebook as Christian Jones. So tap in with your boy.
Like the sole proprietor, the creator. He's in the cut. He wanted me to co-pilot today, but we still got to acknowledge the brains.
So y'all put me out of the flight attendant.
That's it.
Well, I'm here.
I gotta serve the little drinks.
You serve the drinks. Oh, he the drink man.
The little miniature. I gotta serve them for $20 a pop.
Oh,
go ahead, say it.
So I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. Tonight's show was Chris's idea, so that's why we letting him head this podcast tonight. It was his idea, his videos, everything he wanted to do. So I was like, it sounds good, it looks good, and we had the beautiful ladies come and join us tonight. So let's get this thing jumping.
All right, so we're gonna talk about tonight. Like I said, we're gonna take a different take on tonight. I know we talk about a lot of relationship, but it is a real serious issue that is not being discussed on a major level, which is the current economic, I would like to call, resurfacing of the country that's involving Black people. And we got a lot of data that's gonna show how it is impacting us as single men, women, and from a family perspective as well. The future of Black America is in the hands of the government and other entities that we really don't understand and really know how to navigate. You look at all the immigrants who come in the country. You got Chinese nationals. You got gentrification going on. You got outrageous rent increases. And what's taking place with that is that it is a corralling of funneling all of minorities, in particular Blacks, to a designated location from the looks of it. Because if you look at the West Coast, the rent is going up. You look at the North, the rent is going up. So by default, people are going to come back down South. Now, is that a coincidence that slavery and all of that started down South? And that's where they're funneling and pushing us back to us down South? I think not. But we'll get into some clips and some videos and some posts that's going to show all this data. And we're going to discuss how this may impact us and what we can do and what we need to do to kind of, make sure we get out unscathed or get out on a better I guess in a better position. What's the first slide we looking at tonight? See it? Or the first video or poll. So this is a graph. If you see this this stat right here, it says this is going back to May 21st. So this is what you're seeing and hearing today in the news as far as immigrants. This is not anything new. This is something that has been taking place. In 2021, 41% of Black-owned businesses are closed. If you're in the city of Birmingham, you notice we had some of our favorites and some people we know have to close their doors. You look at small business, they couldn't pay rent, from COVID on to moving forward. Last year, you had 61% of Black-owned business that couldn't pay rent. So we must understand that this is not a happenstance. This is all intentional because Black dollars can fund a Black liberation. So the best way to attack us is to attack us from a financial perspective. And the one thing that I noticed, like when we had the relationship conversation, I see this come up that women say, I should have turned mine off. Sorry about that. What I hear women say is that you haven't built anything. And they talk about Black men haven't built anything. Well, you look at the history, there have been like over 60 cities, including Rosewood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and so many more cities in North Carolina where we had our own education system, banking system, doctors, everything. And they were attacked and demolished by white supremacists because they know once we were able to liberate and really get our own independence, it was only a matter of time before we got our own military, before we got our own everything. You see what I'm saying? So when women say this, they say this from a position of hurt and ignorance because they haven't done the research or the history. If you look at our history, we built plenty of things. You look in Philadelphia in the 80s, we had our own block of housing. They came and bombed that. So we must pay attention to history because if you don't pay attention, it will repeat itself. But I'm not gonna suck all the room out of y'all just talking. But what you got when you see these numbers? What comes to mind to you when you see these numbers, and how have they impacted you, or have they impacted you, or anybody you know?
I know they have impacted some people. I know. I liked, what was it called? I liked Urban Park.
Right. Shout out my boy Draper.
It was a nice little vibe. I like that it had Guitar Hero. Aesthetically, it looked amazing. There was so many places I could find myself taking selfies at. I love the bartender. I love that you can play games. But I feel like it's just that building. Like the rent was so high. I've watched it become several things before it was Urban Park. So I do feel like they just pushing our businesses out.
I think with that spot might be cursed at this point.
I think it's cursed too.
It got some bad juju or something.
Nothing has lasted there since Bailey Brothers. It was Bailey Brothers for a long time, for years.
Yeah, it was.
And then after that, it was some bright yellow place.
It was
Woolworth.
They were racist though.
I'll talk about that later. I had a situation that led to Woolworth closing its doors. I'll get into that later. But what you think about the numbers and
when I look at them stats, I only think about one word: gentrification. That's the only word I think about, and that's been going on for years. So it's always been a sense of them moving us out to, like you said, certain locations where it's, I would say, tainted. So you see the projects filling up, bad neighborhoods filling up. So we're gonna send these folks here. They already taking each other out. So we're gonna send these folks here to up that rate. Oh, okay, we feel up the homicide rate. You know what I'm saying? You know they be going crazy down here. So, like I said, when I see stats like that, I don't think I can think about gentrification because like, I deal with different types of people on a daily basis, you know, and like as far as on my job, and when you see these different type of people and they're friendly to you and this, that, and the third. But you see the area you in, it kind of makes you wonder like what's really going on. Okay, I take for example, okay, at work I run a specific area and the area being under construction, I say the past almost year. But what they doing is basically trying to expand, but the way they doing it is not working. It's costing more money than they feel like it's gonna bring in. So, but the people behind it is up to something they not telling people. I feel like that's a big thing too. Stuff is not being communicated with us on purpose.
What you say,
It all starts with communication, like you said, and education, because a lot of people in our community are not educated on anything financially besides, okay, what is interest, a payoff. But I actually work for a financial institution, and I have to have conversations with my own people every day, multiple times a day, about a simple interest loan. Okay, you have to pay this amount in 30 days, but you have to pay more than that, because if you only come in and pay this amount, you're just paying for a new due date. You're not paying towards your loan. So I have to find myself constantly educating people every day. So I just feels like as a community, we have to do better, but at this point we have to educate ourselves because we can't expect for nobody else to do it for us.
So what are the things when you have these conversations? Like, what's the common thing or the common question that people ask you, far as paying off their stuff that they ask you?
Why is it not going down?
Do people not understand how interest work?
They don't. They don't realize until they've been paying on a loan for about a year, and they see that you still owe the same amount.
Dang.
And they're like, "Well, what am I paying towards, baby? You just paying interest. You're just paying for a new due date. That's it."
So when you explain it to them, do they seem to grasp what you're telling them?
Yes. After they're upset and pissed off.
Do people cut you out?
Oh, constantly.
Okay.
Constantly. But I take it with a grain of salt. I deal with this every day. I've been dealing in the loan business for 10 plus years now.
Okay.
So I just explain it to them as best as I can. I even let them know that you don't have to wait those full 30 days to come in.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid bi-weekly, come in bi-weekly. It's less interest to pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for you to pay more than the minimum,
mm-hmm.
and you can break it down some. But when I break it down like that, then they're like, "Oh, well, I could have been got out this long." Yeah, you could have, but it was never explained to you correctly.
So when you work at a loan department, so when you see like people taking out loans, who seem to have the most trouble, or do you think is equal, like with races having a hard time paying back these loans?
Oh, it's us.
It's us.
It's us. I would probably say second to us is the Hispanic community.
Okay.
And that's because of the language barrier.
Okay.
And then you just have people who run these loan businesses and they just don't fully explain the terms and conditions of the loan.
Okay.
They're just like, this is how much you owe. This is how much you got to pay in 30 days. We'll see you in 30 days.
Is some of these loans to you, do you think they're predatory?
The way that some people present them, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The company I work for, they have had a lot of negative talk about predatory loans, but it's not the company. It's all laid out in the terms and conditions. It's all in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to these different stores, these different locations, and the general manager or whoever you're speaking with is not breaking it down to you in words that you can understand,
Mm-hmm.
then it definitely becomes predatory.
Let me ask you this. When Birmingham, if you know that most people, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say most, it's a high number of people in Birmingham that can't read on a third grade level. Do you think these people should be getting loans?
No, I'm sorry. Baby, it's people who can't read. It's people who don't know how to sign in cursive. It's people who don't even know what it takes to put your signature. You can't give me initials.
I'm so
You can't. Your name Donald. You can't write D.
Yeah.
Baby, I need your legal government name. What's on your birth certificate?
Yeah.
I need that. And I have to have these conversations with people because they just don't know. Some people don't know what I work for a title loan company.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't even know what a title to the car is.
That's crazy. What I forgot to send this to you. Said it was something I came across. I think in the 1930s, the average mortgage loan was 3 to 5 years. So
what
to leave? Yeah, if you want to Google it, Google double check it. But it was talking about how did we go from 3 to 5 years to 30-year mortgages and
People
all
don't
of this. And what it is that because we don't understand the language of money, we have bought into a system in which it was like it was forced on us. Like, because it's always choices. I can say, well, I want to take out a loan because they say they throw this in your face knowing you don't understand it. Yep. Hey, just come in here and we'll show you. You're not really showing us. You just getting our money, and they'll take your money and they're gonna double it up, interest, loan it out, all while making all this interest on it. Like, you got all these different accounts, all these loopholes in which you can get into, and you say, well, damn, like you said, I've been paying on this loan, but it ain't went nowhere. And they kind of trap you and they price things to where the average person can't go and buy it. But you look at other countries, they don't really use a credit system or a loan system. They just, hey, can you either buy it or you can't.
Yeah.
But they trap us with this because they make it a way of life. Like, credit is the way of life now. You gotta have. They make this thing that is so arbitrary. You know, you can clean your credit up. Okay, well, it's just like I didn't fuck up all this money or mess up this money, but now I can come through and do it again. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think, like I said, you look at all of the terms and the lengths that they give you to pay this amount. Do I have any business buying this? Exactly. If it's gonna take me 30 years to buy this house, do I have any? Are you really gonna sit me down and do all this paperwork for me to buy? That don't even make sense to me. Exactly. And I think we kind of get into these things blindly because this is what society say you supposed to do. But
so I got a question for y'all. Did our parents lead us wrong?
I say no, because some of them didn't know. I feel like information like this is hidden from us for so long. Even in grade school, you don't really get a lesson on finances or anything until maybe, depending on what school you're at, high school. I went to Ramsey, so it's a blue ribbon school, it's an IB school. They tried to prepare us as much as they could, but even Ramsey didn't have a lot of information regarding loans, finances, anything. So when you get to college, if you go to college, if you take up a major that does anything with accounting or finances, you may get a little bit of education then, but you're paying for it. And even then, you're not getting the whole rundown.
That's crazy. Hey, if y'all watching the video, y'all make sure y'all share the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow the page. What you finna say?
It's a passionate topic because I had a conversation with my uncle the other day. It was kind of heated. We was talking about like what's going on with the world and politics, and he was mentioning Democrat and Republican. I'm talking like stuff that's going on a global scale, dealing with Saudi Arabia, what's going on in the Congo, just globally. And I said, man, y'all, and I seen some other platforms, I ain't gonna mention them, but if you not really in tune with the youth, we have an older generation, the baby boomers and older, they think they know more than us, and they just don't. They have this arrogance. It's almost like accountability that we, like you see women, how we refer to women that don't take accountability.
Yeah.
We have an older generation of men and women that don't take accountability the same way. They think they know more when we have way more access to information than they will ever have.
Yep.
My cell phone is like an encyclopedia. I got all type of information. I research and just listen to this stuff day in and day out. And I look at the comments of people that talk about baby boomers. And I just look at the comments like, yeah, man, my dad did this. He want to go and fuck off money, buy a Corvette. They want to still take trips like they're young and this. Meanwhile, I'm looking at these white kids and I'm listening to the conversation, and it's totally different. Even when I'm out, like I went to 2-8, I went to just shopping around, going to lunch, and I see a group of white men, and I'm listening to them, and I'm eavesdropping. It's like, yeah, man, I'm bringing my son up next week because he's going to be the executor of my account. And I'm listening, and I'm like, I ain't never heard black men talking like this. This man talking to because he's a sophomore, but I don't know if he's going to finish. I know he wanted to try, but the business is doing great right now, so I'm gonna make him mix. So he about to transition from college to being a 6-figure man. And I'm listening to this white man say this, and I'm feeling the kind of way, and I'm like, we don't talk like that. No. We ain't having these conversations, so it got to be a disconnect. But they'll come to you with this air of arrogance, like they know more than, like, y'all don't really know shit. Y'all just told to work till you die, give a company 30, 40 years, and then retire, and you can barely move. That's really not the new generation mindset. We not going for that, especially the younger cats. They looking like we're gonna do it ourselves. We want to build stuff for ourselves. That way it can't be taken from you. Nobody can come in and say, hey, you're fired. Like, damn, babe, I just gave you 30 years. I just
Right,
I just brought
that's
you
why
in.
people be shooting up jobs when they get fired, when
Not
they
going
lose their
postal.
401k. Because did y'all see that video of when yellow trucking company went out of business? Is one of the oldest trucking companies there was.
Yeah.
Went out of business last year, and they took their retirement and
They took
pension.
everything.
And it was a
right.
black dude in the warehouse just going off, and everybody like, come down. He was like, how y'all not mad as me? Like, why y'all not mad as me? I done gave this company so much, and I ain't gonna have nothing to retire on. And then they just released a report that said all the debt that they had, they just paid it back.
You saw what you call did. You Sephora, 10 billion in revenue, gave their employees cookies. And I saw people in the comments like, I used to work for Sephora. I was a leading rep. They gave me a 5-cent raise. These companies play with you like this.
Yeah.
They like, and I'm like, I'm not going. Like, that's not going to be my future. I'm not going for that. Like, but the old, like I said, like to your question, the baby boomers and they've been brainwashing and thinking that's how it's supposed to be. Go work for some white folks. Let them tell you when you can be off. Because the number one commodity on this earth is time. You can never get that back.
Right.
So
That's why I always say this. When it comes to spending something, how many hours did it take me to work to be able to afford something? Yeah. That changed my mindset on a lot of stuff. But like, even when people talk about the Stanley Cups, I'm like, it took some of y'all 4 hours of work to afford a fucking cup.
Right.
It took some of y'all 4 hours to afford a cup.
One cup.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Crazy. Like, I don't
That's
even know.
insane.
Like, I don't even know how people even comprehend what I just like. When I say this, most people don't seem like they even comprehend what I'm saying, because it's like it's the trend, it's the fad, it's the thing to do. Like, I gotta get me a Stanley Cup, and I'm like, bro, it's a cup. And Yeti cups are still killing Stanley Cups by a mile. So I don't even understand how we got from Yeti to Stanley.
It's the handle.
I love me some Yeti.
Oh my, go
It's
get
the
one.
handle.
Oh, it's the handle.
It's the handle.
So
I'm a
you,
cup
you done
person.
bought your Stanley Cup.
No, I still have my Yetis.
So
I mean, I want a Stanley.
It was that TikTok video that made him go viral with a car caught on fire.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, the
Did
car
you-
caught
I
on
know.
I thought we
fire.
talked about that.
And the
Uh-uh.
only
Let
thing
me tell
that
you.
was good was the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it made it through that fire.
Yeah.
And then they sent her like, then the owner
They-
CEO sent her like
Some-
he did
something. He
Oh
sent
yeah,
her-
I did. See that.
and that kicked it out to the craze. Like, social media is the most this is why they incentivizing us to stay on here all fucking day.
Yeah.
And people make these rants like, I get paid on social media. No, the fuck you don't. You get
Not-
a little check. You
Not
get a
enough for
little
the
money.
bullshit you post.
You don't
Right.
get paid. You get a check.
Yeah.
It's different between getting paid. That means you can really change your life with this money.
Right.
Yeah.
You just getting some
It just be
bullshit.
a
You
little
getting some gas
cents.
money,
And
some
everybody's
outfit money,
doing it. So how do they expect everyone to be getting paid?
boo
Right.
money.
Exactly. They can't pay all of y'all
Then they
unless
Nope.
y'all
don't have no money.
Not when Facebook said they got 10 billion users.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
How you
that's
gonna pay
insane.
10 billion?
everybody
people?
wants to.
If
be
everybody got
an
paid
influencer.
$1, that's $10 billion. That's
Right.
crazy.
Like,
I
you
feel
can't
that.
do that. That's not gonna happen.
No.
But like I said, we got so many people incentivized. Like I said, they incentivizing bullshit at this point.
Oh yes.
And so many people are trying to get engagement. And then I see so many people on my timeline talking about, damn, y'all ain't tired of reposting viral statuses and acting like it's
Bro.
yours.
I'm
like-
like,
Did it like a motherfucker.
Right. Y'all ain't tired of
'Cause
that.
only
Like,
one
yeah,
person
that's
gonna go
the
viral.
damn
20
right.
people then
Right.
posted it, but only one person gonna go
Right.
viral.
Oh, all day.
Mhm.
right. So like I said, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. And what's scary is I feel like even when our parents got more information or better information, it seemed like they still wanted to be dumb. Y'all don't think that?
Ignorance is bliss. It's
It
people.
is.
People will say, "Man, I'm gonna just play dumb." I know I can. People person playing dumb. They act like they don't see certain things.
But they see it all.
They see everything and they just choose because once you choose to acknowledge it, you got to get all the way in it now,
Mhm.
and it's gonna cause you got to change some shit. Like
Yeah.
one thing I know about us, changing behaviors, and that's why I kind of chose some of the things I chose to do, which is fast and like you got to break habits, you got to break chains,
Yeah.
because it's chains of behavior that so embedded in us. All right, we're gonna eat these ribs, smoke cigarettes, drink like a fool, and then hey, what you call sick in the hospital? He finna die. All right, 8 more family members went the same route. I supposed to show up and cry and be sad for the other 8 that watched this motherfucker do the same thing. That's insane. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Like we just watched 8 people in the family die doing this same exact shit. You gonna invite me over to do it with you now?
Yeah.
And we celebrate.
That's crazy.
And that, like I said, that go back to even with relationships. Like I told you the other day, I like how are we still doing baby mama, baby daddy shit like we haven't seen this script a million times. Like we've seen this script a million times. Like we still think that he got 4-5 kids over here, and you think he's not that's not gonna happen.
You ain't no different, baby.
Come on,
That's
that's
that girl on TikTok, Morgan, and the man from Atlanta. Girl.
Oh, the man that's on TikTok.
Yes, it's this young girl. I want to say she can't be no older than 23. And she was for a whole year, she made her platform about this random man in Atlanta leaving her. And then she wants to expose that, hey, he got multiple kids. Then the other baby mamas made themselves know. So for a whole year, it's her platform of bashing him. This man come back around like end of Christmas, ain't help you with your kid, but that text money. It's almost text time. She don't know the walk. So everybody's telling her, hey, watch it. Y'all aren't co-parenting. He's at your house. Y'all went to Build-A-Bear. Y'all went out to eat. Nah, baby.
He's your son.
Yeah, he's your son.
That's wild.
Apparently he gone again, but she wanted to call everybody bitter. Then it was like TikTok was divided. Oh, why y'all in her business? She put me in her business.
She put it on TikTok.
So I'm gonna watch. I'm invested.
Business.
I'm trying to warn you, hey girl, like this
if
man
you
don't want you.
TikTok right now, watch it on TikTok. If you want to watch the screen right now, we on YouTube. We live on YouTube right now. Come over to YouTube. I see a lot of people that joined. If y'all can give me some likes, I really appreciate it.
Share the video.
Make sure y'all share the video.
Share, like, and subscribe.
Let's get into some of that other content, like I said, because we don't just want to talk. We want to show you some of these numbers, and they're going to explain a lot.
You want me to go here or go to back?
Go to we'll do this one. It's
I like these.
The Hispanic video.
Me too.
The Hispanic video.
I felt that rent.
Oh, girl, we could talk finances.
So y'all, if y'all watching over there on
I got a good movie y'all need to watch. If y'all want
to who in your inbox?
We talking about the future of the Black community, and what we got to look for right now. We talking about evictions. You said this.
Not down. Keep going.
Yo, everybody should
that
watch.
One right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Can I?
If y'all want to hear, put your headphones on.
Are we muted?
You ain't muted. Yeah, go ahead. It should be bad at him.
You play it.
It wasn't me.
You're so great.
Hold on, I'm trying to share the video right now.
All right.
Is going to be affected, and who is going to be benefit is the Pepco, a multi-million corporation.
Can't you find another house?
Yes,
Well,
you can find places, but for triple the rent. See, and why should it always be the poor people that pay for these injustices?
We need to quit being divided over black and brown. The low-income people in the brown community are suffering from housing displacement, as in Pico Union. They are building $1 million corporations and expanding them. And I don't know, maybe they're getting ready for the Olympics. So we have got to say, let's unite. And let's not be divided as poor people, because we're all poor. Let's rise together.
Just low-income people that is going to be affected. And who is going to be benefit is the Pepco.
Our mindsets are being divided. We just got this individual, but you look at the Hispanics that with the immigration that's coming over here. They coming over here getting all of this money. What they're going to do is find people that identify with the same values, same age group, familiarities, as culture. They're going to band together, and they're going to get into these neighborhoods, and they're going to put their money together. They're going to stay in the house or stay wherever, save up. Okay, we're going to purchase this. We're going to save up because, like I said, what is happening right now, from just my theory, we're in the process of being replaced. Because you look at all of the black people that say, I'm not going to work for pennies. So the economy is trying to get more for less. But our generation, Generation Z, even some millennials saying, we're not working for that 14 an hour. We're not working for that 12. We're not working for that 20 because it's still not enough. So what they're saying is, okay, you don't want to work. We're going to bring some people in that's going to work for that and probably less. Yeah. And we're going to incentivize them to work for less. So we're going to front load them with the debit cards. We're going to front load them with the housing. And then we're going to get back to paying them $12 an hour. So what does that say for us? It's a big question mark there. But we have guesses. if for those who are in the conspiracy community, you heard of what's called FEMA camps, concentration camps.
Mhm.
A lot of people will call conspiracy theories crazy until the conspiracy comes to fruition. The same way you got men wearing dresses going into elementary schools now. When we was talking about this years ago, it was like they're not gonna do that. Looking at the books in the library telling little kids on how to perform sex acts. This in a kid's library. You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole diabolical plan to corral us and hey, just funnel them on down, keep funneling, and they're gonna find most of us in that southeastern region. And at that point, they can again shoot fish in a barrel, and you're gonna have these migrants taking over this city, taking over this neighborhood, taking over this neighborhood. But the thing that she mentioned was that we don't have a communal spirit. We're not gonna, hey, we're gonna put $1,000 a month over here in this pot, and then we're gonna buy this house, and then we'll fix it up, rent it, split the money, let's do it again, keep doing it again. I see a few people that's doing this, very few. It's like 1% that get it and they do it. But that 1%, because of the frustration and the struggle that it took for them to do it, it's hard to teach it down. Because I can't really come to you and save you. You got to come to me because you want to be saved.
Yeah.
It's like the church, like it's very difficult to change a person's mind that's unfamiliar with what come with change. I mean, you got to stop doing some shit. You got to stop you got to stop investing in consuming bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't go and save nobody. They got to want to be saved first. And then they say, hey, man, how you save yourself? Teach me how to save myself. You can't save me, but teach me how to save myself. And it's just one of them things that, you know, like if I understand apartments, every year the rent go up, but you don't get none, but they can't explain it because you're still making profits by us paying this rent. So what's the incentive? Okay, well, I'm gonna take the rent up some more.
I think part of raising rent is just something that they know that they can do. Like we all know if you stay in an apartment, after the first year is gonna go up, after the second year go up. They have conditioned us to expect the rent to go up, even if they don't need to raise the rent. They've made it in our mind and conditioned us that, you know, I've been staying here 2 years, the rent should be getting ready to go up. And they don't update the fixtures, they don't update the cabinets, they don't update they take the maintenance man 5 months to get to unclogging the toilet or
shout out to my leasing lady.
So like I said, they've conditioned us to think that, hey, this is just part of us staying in an apartment. And then after they raise them so much, because the thing is, when one raise I'm not necessarily saying these apartment complexes are in cahoots with each other, but if I look on the comps and I see a buddy 2 blocks down the street getting $1,300 and I'm charging $800 and he's 90% full to capacity, I'm gonna raise my rent too. Not saying that, like I said, not saying we had a conversation, but I know if you're getting this 2 blocks down the street, is a reason why I need to raise my rent.
That's just business.
Right. Even if the rent or the amenities is not the same or comparable, I just know maybe this location that people want to stay in. That's why they want to raise the rent. Or, you know, it could be a bunch of variables. But like I said, they condition us a lot to just expect that rent to be raised, which I think.
Yeah.
Because it's a norm.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends on what state you're in, though. Well, most of all the states do that now. But in Alabama specifically, the renters' rights are they're non-existent.
They're not.
Like landlords can do whatever they want to do. All they gotta do is just let you know.
I think that's part of the South because most of the people that I see that rent that are in real estate, they typically like to be in the South because the South has the most laxed renter rights.
Yes.
There is. Like most people, when I watch Grant Cardone and other people that invest in real estate, they don't want to go nowhere out west because they're more liberal and they have like squatter rights. So somebody can squat
Shout out
your
to
shit.
Cali.
Yeah, they can squat your shit for 3 years and you can't do nothing about it. You can't get them out of nothing and you lose your money. So, but then also they come back to bite you in the ass too, because if you squatted three years and this person squatted 3 years, so somebody else get ready to come here, I'm gonna raise the rent to make up for that other shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's very, very, it's always a catch-22 and a slippery slope with everything that we do around here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think when it comes to finances now, like especially for Black people, when it comes to finances, we could have we always talk about reparations. It's 40 million of us. If we all today just say we're not paying taxes, they're not finna put us in jail. That's your reparations. You ain't paying no taxes. They're not finna put you in jail. And you ain't got to go march. You ain't got to go get bit by no dogs. You ain't got to go spray by no water hose. You ain't got to do none of that. You just don't pay no taxes, and then
Just
you
gotta
can
stick
easily
together.
do that. Just don't sign it on the paper.
We don't
But-
stick together though.
Right, we don't stick together, and that's the only thing that would be required if everybody got to stick together.
Yeah. I don't know why that's so hard for us when literally every other race is doing it. Every race is doing it.
Well, a lot of that come back to slavery. We've been beat down so hard.
Yeah.
But we weren't the only slaves.
Yeah,
we have a unique experience with slavery,
We do.
like no other, and
We
it
do.
is long-lasting effects even to this day. Post-traumatic slave disorder or syndrome, whatever you want to call it, is a real thing because it creates an identity of weakness. Again, you got some of our strongest men, most athletic, playing, let's say our sports figures, Shaq, all these politicking and shoe showing and soft showing around these white folks because they don't want to come off as aggressive or as a threat when they really need to be pissed. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at what you're doing to my people. Okay, you got me sitting in this seat, but that's all by design. Hey, put these people up so they can kind of feel like they one of us until we say, nah, you're doing too much. Because let one of them say, hey, we finna start doing this for black people and building schools and education and all of them. Hey, he owed 1,900, he owed 19 million in taxes. They can easily come and say, hey man, you owe us some tax, and you neutralize his funds. Now you bring them back down to zero. So that's why you see them get these big platforms. They don't never really speak.
No.
Michael Jordan, like I forgot the teammate that played with him. He wanted Michael Jordan to address police brutality because I think that Rodney King situation happened and they was finna go to the finals, and Michael Jordan was like, "Nah, I ain't really talking about that." You see what I'm saying? So it just Colin Kaepernick scrutinized, all of that blackball.
Hold on, but I can understand the scrutiny Colin Kaepernick got though.
Why?
What you mean?
Because you weren't doing that shit when you was going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. I mean, I get that, but it's like
From what I understand, the whole reason why Colin was doing that is because of the mistreatment of our people. It was
true. That's why. That's why. But the
like,
time frame looks very suspicious, especially when you're at the height of your career. You're going to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Did they win the Super Bowl? I don't think they won, but they went to the Super Bowl, and Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback. Had all the press. You on the biggest stage, the Super Bowl, and you don't want to say anything about black people. But as soon as you ride in the bench, now you want to take a knee. Yeah. Think about how many people are watching the Super Bowl compared to when you ride in the bench. Think about how much they say those commercials on the Super Bowl cost. And you could have said something right before or right after the post-game press conference.
I mean, who's to say he was this self-aware from then till when he started protesting?
How much self-awareness you think you're gonna gain in a few months?
I mean, there's a lot of people who are ignorant to the fact that what was going on. I used to be the type to say, "Oh, black people, we always killing each other. We don't have no remorse." But when it happened, when a cop does it, oh, we want to say something. But then I protested. I did what I needed to do to further my knowledge, and I was like, no matter what we do, they're still not being held accountable. We know if Ray shoot Lil Jon, he gonna go to jail if he get caught. That's a fact. But if we know Officer McNeely shoots Lil Ray, nothing's not going to happen.
I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna push back on that. If Lil Ray shoot John, he might not go to jail, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you ever look at the rap sheets of these young men, they actually want them to go back in these communities, especially murderers and rapists and stuff like that. These people that commit heinous crimes, they want them back in our community to continue to do so. So if I know you out here murdering people, I'm just gonna give you a slap on the wrist. And the prime example I give people about this is look at the people that killed Young Dolph. They had a boy on there that had like 40 fucking crimes, and he was actually supposed to have been in jail, but the judge decided to let him out when they killed Young Dolph.
That's true. Some of it's not across the board, but some of them do get put back into the community because it's organized.
They're making it easier.
It's an organized system.
Because we're
we
killing
know
each other.
We know they're gonna kill each other, goddamn. So we just gonna let them go back out there so we can kill some more.
But at the same,
we gotta worry about.
But at the same time, I don't want it to be put out that as black people we just kill each other in the sense of, like I said, we came through so much, and when you put a lot of people in a community on top of each other and they poor, and you take, the companies out of there, you take the jobs out of there, you take away for men to provide, it's only going to be, because we know poverty is going to be a breeding ground for a lot of crime. That's typical. Like if you want poverty, and that's why they say, like in Detroit, you got a lot of crime in Detroit, but y'all took all of the big motor companies out of Detroit. Birmingham was a big booming steel company. We get, down by the airport. I forgot what it was called, but they knocked that building down. You got U.S. Steel, you got Cipico, you got O'Neill. It was a big booming steel city.
Yeah.
People was moving from the country to come. My granddad from Selma moved up here from the country to be part of, the steel industry. Like I said, now a lot of these companies ain't booming like they used to be. It took a lot of the companies away. And like I said, we now, me and Chris was talking about how so many restaurants going out of business. Like we have a lot of these companies just going out of business. 5. I just said to him the other day where they got the Olive Garden, the Baja place going out of business. Like,
I mean, nobody was going there, and I live up the street.
Olive
And
Garden is
then
nasty.
where it is, it's a triangle of the Mexican restaurants.
Mhm.
You got the one over there by the old recruiting station that has been there, El Panchero, whatever it's called. It's been there years. You got one by the Zaxby's, also been there years. I don't know why they put that Baja place right there.
Yeah.
To be honest, it made no sense.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe they thought the logistics. Maybe they thought there's a lot of Mexicans stayed over there. Maybe they thought a lot of people was going to
But
eat
they're
it.
going to the 2 booming ones.
It's
Like
too much competition.
Yeah.
too much competition. You would put one right here when I can go. Okay, I don't know about cheese, folks, but I've been going to El Panchero for years. I've been going to this other place for years. No, it was always empty. They should have just kept the Olive Garden right there.
Well, the Olive Garden wasn't doing good either.
Olive Garden is trash.
It is trash, but that one's better than the one in Trussville.
They're all trash.
A lot of our restaurants, like I said, I think a lot of times some of these restaurants be fronts too.
Mhm.
They just be temporary covers. I know it ain't gonna really do nothing, but it's gonna look good on paper. It's gonna be a good money washing tool.
What you mean? What you mean when you say fronts?
Like some of these people, like we went to the Bazits that time. They got this little sunglass spot in there. They're renting there probably outrageous.
Mhm.
We probably saw one person going here.
Oh yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
We probably saw one person. So like, were they looking to shell out, let's say minimum $3,300 a month, and you only had one person coming in? How much the glasses cost? Glasses may cost $150 to $200 max a piece. We saw one person come out and they didn't buy nothing. So it looked good on paper to say, well, I got this business and I can take some money and say, well, it's generating this. I can manipulate the invoices and make it seem like I done sold 100 units today when I ain't sold shit.
Yeah.
But I got some money over here that I got under the table.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we, like I said, these money games that we don't know about.
They probably using those stores to wash money.
Yeah,
I don't know
could
what
be.
these folks do.
It's Ebony Christina says society puts us in competition with each other, so we help eliminate us faster.
Absolutely.
Yes,
everybody
they do
want
put us
everybody want
together.
to be top dog.
Or like to keep up with
That's
the
a big-
Joneses theory.
That's a big
Yes.
problem. In
Yeah.
the black community.
It's an elitist competition. Like who doing the best in the worst situation.
Mhm.
Like who's the least dirtiest.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy to see that. Like I said, that's why it come from the incentivizing this social media content. I went viral. Like I got likes. Like you got us hide. Like we're now on internet hiding likes. So I go to my settings and say I'm gonna hide how many people can see. I'm gonna hide to where people can't see how many people like me.
Mhm.
As if that means something.
I don't care.
I don't
That's
understand
insane.
the
That's
purpose.
insane
Yeah,
that
that's
it
right.
has impacted us that much. But on some of this other information, what we're also gonna get into. It's gonna break down who's getting impacted the most and the least, and how that rolls out into, like I said, some of our relationships, some of our development. And I say development because a lot of our development, it kind of like it stops. Say we're gonna get right here and we're just gonna stop. So what's the other one? I think it was in Connecticut. It was showing the evictions and the repos.
I go to it. Hold on.
Oh,
I think last year it was a record breaking number of repossessions. Like, let me see, is it that one?
Yeah, it said according to this, black women they can have 7 times more likely than white men or white women to say that his likely that they would have to leave their homes in the next 2 months due to being behind on housing payments. Why this shit ain't coming up? There you go.
Ah, that's crazy. Let me share it.
Like I said, like you said, our homes being broken up like that, like that's another thing that's fueling a lot of these numbers, like that 50-50 conversation shit. All of that ties in. All that money that's coming through that house, it need to be used in a way that benefits everybody, not just one person to say, well, I ain't gonna do that. Like, I don't understand where this mindset came from, that you in a house that you generate, you working, but your money don't supposed to go to the household expenses.
Yeah.
That's insane that we have got and adopted, and a lot of men trying to play into that. I seen, like I said, what I started doing, I started looking at comments, and it's a very grim message I've been seeing from men, and it's to not get married or have kids, which is I think is what a lot of these powers to be want. They want us to stop procreating. So I'm looking at them like, why are these people saying don't do this? And they saying, man, I done broke my back, I done lost everything. I went and got 2 and 3 jobs. Now she complaining that I don't have time, but she don't want to work, or she want to, still kind of bullshit around and pussyfoot. And it's like, that's gonna ultimately lead you to, I'm losing the house. She is now it's over with. We got a broken family. Now we got to go find a stepdaddy. We got to play. We playing too many games with our future. Like, once you say you want to get into this family dynamic, all the other shit, it's a done deal. Like, ain't no more clubbing, ain't no more going out of town with your rounds, your booty hole brown. All that shit done.
I am sick of you.
It got to be done. It got to be to a point where you get to a situation.
Say no more booty hole brown.
It's a done deal.
Now you can get it bleached.
I'm sick. I didn't think you thought that.
Kanye told us that he got bleach on his t-shirt.
Okay.
I see this, that we, like, as we get older and we start building these families, we still find ourselves engaging in childish shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I like, but I don't have children. So I feel once if I was to get to a position, I bring a child in this world, all that bullshit come to a stop, a screeching stop.
Some of them folks, they having kids
I can't-
young though, so they still a child.
But you
themselves.
having a child is a choice. You chose to lay down there, was feeling good.
Yeah, but
So-
you can't blame them for still having a childish mindset. Just because you have a child does not mean you're going to be a mature person.
I can blame it to the point to where you should have known what comes with the responsibility of being a parent. Because being a parent ain't just like I got a baby. All right, like, you need to know that this is serious. You're responsible for a whole life. So when you look at the first 48, you see these little boys. These are children throwing their life away. True story. This guy stayed across the street from my parents. This is on Christmas Eve, directly across the street. Went to jail for killing a boy. This on Christmas Eve. Mom out there crying. This boy just turned 17 or 18. He's done for. He's done. Capital murder because he did it outside the house.
Damn.
So you may not come home. That's a life that's thrown away. So we got to ask what type of negligence was present for him to even have the mindset, because he didn't have a car. His homeboy took him over here. And then where you get the gun from? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's too much negligence for these parents to still think they can bullshit and play around.
Yeah.
I lost a brother. My brother got killed when I was 15. So I take this shit serious. So when you playing around and you creating children, if you don't have a plan for that child, you fail out the gate.
I don't think most people have plans.
You ain't got no plan and no firm foundation for the child you brought in. You already failed.
A lot of folks that have children just show them on Instagram.
You just fucking and it feels. You just fucking and it feels good.
I do agree with that. I do think people want to have these quote unquote designer babies at this point, and I think the Kardashians is fueling that shit too.
Yes, it's the majority of their fault.
Yeah.
Folk really want to get married and have children.
They want the aesthetic.
Yeah, they want to see what everybody else think about it.
That shit hard though.
It ain't gonna work. It's never gonna work out.
I can't.
Like, that's why I feel like a lot of folk getting married early. They just doing it for the show.
I'm okay
Think
getting
so?
married in my
Yeah.
late 40s. I don't want
A lot of white people are getting married early.
But that's
Yeah,
that's
true.
that's
I mean,
part of
but
their culture.
that's their culture. They go to college to get married. If
Right.
they like junior year, half their class has a ring.
Girl, they in college engaged.
Yeah.
But I don't see nothing wrong with that though.
I don't
No.
either. I think
I do because they don't last long. Majority
Well,
of the folks I know that married-
I'm gonna say this. I think the percentages will be the same if they waited, if it was the same. Because I think you want to grow with somebody, and that's the thing that I think a lot of black women don't understand. Like they always say, black women want to wait at the finish line for a nigga. So we have this idea that, you know, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna get my career together, and then by the time you hit 35 and you got this career, you making this type of money, then you say, "Oh, I want a man that making $100,000 too," and then you start realizing, hey, it's not a lot of men that make $100,000, and then you got to add in the physique, the way he looks, the way he treats you. You got to add in so many dynamics to this being the man for you to want to get married, to try to do a life with. It dwindles you down so small compared to when you were in college. You ain't got a lot. I don't have a lot. You don't have a lot. We get married. We try to build with each other. We grow with each other. And that way we can see what we have done as a couple. And that should put you in a position where you stay together, because you building something, building blocks are part of the relationship. Because that's why so many people get together and they get divorced, because they have never built anything. They all they doing is fucking. Fucking and going to work.
People who do that, like they date through college and get married, they're miserable because they don't know what they like. They don't know.
I think those are growing pains. Like a lot of people got to understand growing pains. Like we do a lot of shit. Like even as a 35-year-old man, it's a lot of things that I still don't know if I'm sure about in life. Those are growing pains. Sometimes you have to feel through them and go through it to see, is this what y'all want to do? A marriage is not 100% a foolproof plan. So, like I said, you so dependent on another person. I always want to be with you. So, like I said, it's really for real. It's a lot of us not really taking the time to see how it goes, because in our community, most of us are raised by single mothers.
I want to liken it to what you're saying, like, because I think I hear that as well. Like, it's too young. It's like if I was to break my ankle at 16 versus 36, I'm gonna heal way faster at 16 than 36. So you look at the pains of being in a relationship. That heartbreak at 21 versus 31 and 41 gonna be totally different. That recovery gonna be much quicker if I get my heart broke early. So you see these coaches, you see these white people already on track. Hey, they start early because it's also a window of getting the best genetics for your child.
Yeah.
So
they end up being on marriage number 2, number 3.
that may be true, but their children are not casualties of ignorance and bliss.
Mm-hmm.
They still may come out better. Like I said, when I hear these conversations, these white men, I see groups of white men. Hey, yeah, I'm bringing Junior up here to be he gonna overlook the account.
So I got
what I'm saying. He's 40, but his child is 18. They started early. So we, like I said, we don't grasp starting something and finishing something. You see us doing a lot of shit. Like you said, we mentioned about this podcast. Like we start so much shit and throw it away. 3 years, well, I ain't rich yet. Throw it away. Get back to Facebook bullshitting. Talk about a bunch of bullshit. Living my high school glories. Start something else. It don't work. Throw it away. Throw it away. We just continue build. We start because we don't understand the process and the pains of that shit. That shit is painful. Success ain't no overnight goddamn. But social media made us think that you could just get on the internet and get people to like you and they gonna make you rich.
Right.
No, that's gonna make them hate you.
Part of growth already. I don't know why people don't understand. It's part of growth and changing your life is discomfort and difficulty, obstacles, and that transition until you understand where you're going. Like a lot of motherfuckers are in rivers and lakes and don't know how to swim until they figure out, oh, okay, I can tread water. Okay, now I can swim. Okay, now I'm out here, the best swimmer in this motherfucker. That's how life is. A lot of us is just in water and we drowning. But we ain't trying. We just let go on with the current, whatever push us. If they pull us down, we're going down with it and we stay down. So a lot of people ain't really trying to do anything, especially, like I said, we could look around in our community. A lot of people don't understand that, hey, this shit take time, it take effort, it take grind, it take investment, it take you not giving up on yourself, it take you actually having a vision and seeing it through. Because a lot of people want to do stuff, but they ain't got no vision. They don't understand, sitting up late nights thinking. They don't know, sitting up late nights praying to God. They ain't got their notebooks and writing it down. They ain't going back and checking over the stuff they did before and be like, okay, this right here is not good. I need to change this. Or they ain't sending out polls to their friend. Hey, what about this? Do this work? What you feel about this? Like, people ain't actually fine tuning what they want and they craft when it comes to a lot of shit in our community. And like I said, when it gets hard, that's when they want to quit. That's when they want to throw in the towel. And like, nobody got that fight in them. And that's why I feel like us as a community, we ain't got as far as we could have because people stop doing what they need to do. Like, even with this podcast and shit, it's a lot of people that I know that started podcasts and they ain't doing a podcast. They had 2 episodes and they ain't doing a podcast no more. Thanks. Like I literally was talking to the lady down the hallway because she said she gonna come on a podcast. Then while I was talking to the lady down the hallway, she's like, "Yeah, I seen a lot of podcasts, but people don't keep going." That's true. That's just Birmingham. That's a lot of that's Birmingham shit because a lot of people want support of Birmingham. But I tell people you can't be worried about on no Birmingham shit. People supporting you. You got to just keep going and keep pushing because that shit gonna take you further. You got to be thinking bigger than Birmingham. That Birmingham shit just. It only gonna last so long.
Birmingham bubble. If you watching this and you doing anything, get your mindset out that Birmingham bubble.
Yes,
please get out of that. Yeah. Get on the road. Get on the internet. Get into different markets. Birmingham, get behind bullshit, and there's no profit in bullshit. It's none. You may get some attention. You definitely gonna get some hate, but you're not gonna get rich. It's not gonna get you wealthy. Get out of that Birmingham bubble. Get to traveling. Networking in other cities, like it's just one of them things that Birmingham has always been this punch bowl of bullshit. People will get these likes and think that's gonna generate because people think attention is a currency. It is a currency to a lot of people now, but you look at them a couple years, they ain't cool no more, or they just sitting back and looking for you in this vortex. All right, let me see what else I can do to get cool. Let me wait on this next viral moment to get you waiting for something to happen. You ain't making nothing happen.
Chantel said, "Hi, folks.
What's happening? What's happening,
Chantel? Oh, my folks.
With the future, like I said, what we talking about, like I said, it doesn't resonate until it hits home. But when you look at these numbers and all of these repossessions and evictions, like how do y'all think this is going to look in the next 4 years with all this immigration coming? They're giving out all this housing, like, because this is not gonna stop. Like people seeing it in Denver and New York, but it's now they just reached in Nashville now, so they coming in. Like, how do y'all think? Go ahead.
They said upwards to 10 million people then cross that damn border.
10 million.
10 million. We got states. We got states that don't have a million in it.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's
and so
insane.
when you think about that, like I be telling black people this, like we be voting a certain type of way and putting people in positions to fuck us all the time. And like I said, I'm not Democratic, I ain't Republican. I just vote for who has the best interest for my household.
So
and for you, who am I voting for?
What candidates do you feel like are worthy of your vote that we have now?
If I had to pick between Trump and Biden, I'm gonna pick Trump.
Okay.
If you're asking me, and the reason I'm saying because before Trump got out of office, I know people say he was racist with all that. It could be true, all that could be true, but he predicted so much shit before he got out of office that came true. He was talking about, hey, we need to shore these borders up. Now what the fuck going on with the borders? And now we see all these people in Chicago, New York, and number of black people talking about, hey, did y'all see that they trying to raise the rent in some of these housing projects to kick the black people out so the people that own these housing projects can get vouchers for letting the migrants stay there? Yep. Do y'all know how fucked up that is? Sure. And we vote. These are the people that black people are constantly voting for, the Democrats, and Democrats do not give a fuck about you. Like for not the Republicans don't give a fuck about you either. But Republicans at least say, hey, we're gonna get the fuck out y'all. Well, we don't see racism. You can do what the fuck you want to do.
If you think and move like me because it's class, Democrats is looking at race. They race bait him. If you don't vote for the man said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And said this on a black radio show, Breakfast Club,
with a black man that didn't check him,
with a black man interviewing him. That's ignorant.
Think about that.
And we continue to vote for him.
What pissed me off with that? before Joe Biden came on there, they had a black woman on there. Now I don't fuck with her, you know, how she moved, but her name Angela Stanton King.
Yeah.
She was on the Breakfast Club like a week before Joe Biden came on there. She supported Donald Trump. When I tell you all three of them grilled this black woman because she supported Donald Trump, and then Charlemagne let this man say, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Insane.
The fuck? So that's when I know that's when I know
What the
the
fuck,
people like
Charlemagne?
that's when I know that people like the Breakfast Club is paid opposition for black people. They paid opposition. That is crazy that you can let anybody as you as a black man not checking the fuck out of Joe Biden. I don't give a fuck who he supposed to be. Yeah, it'll never be no white man come on here and say some crazy shit on my podcast like that. I'm sorry. It can't ever happen. But we continue to do the same old bullshit, the same old bullshit, the same old bullshit. And that shit is fucking scary.
They're kicking kids out of the schools so
Just
the
to have-
immigrants can come in. So what did that say? How is your child education being impacted? Because education is like a cycle. Like you can't cut it on and just stop it right here in the mid, like, and then wait a couple of days. Like you look at the pandemic, the education got worse when they went to remote learning and all that. Like they grades all that. Some of them just
pandemic learning.
Some of them just fell to the wayside because you didn't have no checks and balances. You didn't really have nobody to oversee and make sure the work was right. You can Google the answers. Like with education being the number one factor in the black community, that's going to determine whether you make it or not, whether you go to jail, whether you survive. It's going to be the level of education you get.
I ain't never seen this many schools get this many off days. Man. They get more off days than me.
You know what's crazy?
I'm just saying.
Even like the storm or the weather days, what we had to do when there was a motherfucking tornado. You're gonna be in the hallway, put the book over your goddamn head.
Wait, y'all had to put a book? No.
Yes.
Yeah, we go now.
We went Birmingham City.
I went to Birmingham City too.
You went to Clay Chalk.
No, I didn't. My elementary school is closed.
I'm talking about high school.
What elementary school you went to?
I went to Goin Elementary over there by Twin Gates. Yes.
Y'all ain't do that at Goin?
No, we did like this. We had no book.
Yeah.
Now somebody spit out the sky. The school's closed.
That's crazy, man. Like
the wind blow too hard.
But I also understand that, you know, at this point in time they don't have teachers to teach worth a damn. They understand.
Man, look, I ain't never
paying them.
Man, I ain't never seen.
They get paid.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Teaching has never been a profession where people went into for the pay.
Exactly.
You go into teaching because you actually like to teach. You want to change the future. You like being around children. Like you have an infinity for being around kids and imparting something to the children. So not saying they don't need to get paid. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying initially what you went to do for teaching for, it was a prestigious job. It held weight in the community. When you said you was a teacher, you know, when you was a teacher, you couldn't go out here and do X, Y, and Z. You couldn't be belligerently drunk because I know I'm going to teach your child tomorrow. So I know I'm not going to be provocatively dressed. Like being a teacher was high ranking in our community. But now we see that teaching has been made into like TikTok dances, or you know, you got the kids singing Sexy Red, or you got the teachers in the taking pictures showing their ass, and then you got you're posting it, and then you got the parents pulling up to school with their OnlyFans on the back of their cars so the parents see the OnlyFans, or then you got the fights all day, or then when you're talking to the parents or communicating with the parents aren't communicating with you, or when your child is about to fail, they finally want to be like, oh my God, you didn't tell me my child's about to fail, and you say, ma'am, hey, look, I've got this email all year long, and you ain't seen it. Why you Why you ain't check your child report card?
Progress
like
reports,
I said,
report card.
Like I said, in our community, education used to be paramount, and I've heard this so much. This talking point, so much of this crazy. I say this all the time, and this is fact. Black people used to be Republican. Right. And people say the party switched. That's a famous talking point for people. So then I say this. So you mean to tell me black people are Democrat now because the ideology switch, and the ideologies of the Democratic Party you agree with as a black person? So you mean to tell me abortion is something that 100 years ago you would agree with? You mean to tell me two niggas sucking each other dick and bitches licking on each other cat is something that you would agree with? No. You mean to tell me that education wouldn't be paramount? You mean to tell me you would take the man at the household and tell the woman that the government would, incentivize her to keep the man at the house? None of those things that the Democratic Party is the ideology what black people go for 100 years ago for them to switch to the Democratic Party today. That shit is weird as fuck.
Who would that comment say that long come out? I want to see what they said.
I ain't never seen so many kids not go to school.
There is also an increase in charter schools in black communities to expedite the school to prison pipeline because the disciplinary system is based on tiers used in jail. They condition black kids to know they're always going to be lesser. I don't know about that. And the reason I say I don't know about that because my wife has a charter school. Like she started a charter school, and actually it's supposed to be like a STEM charter school. So I don't know about them.
Legacy Prep?
No, it's not Legacy.
Oh,
so that's my girlfriend, and she is an instructor in New York at a charter school.
Come on, her right, Ebony Christian.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it might be different in New York.
Okay, I can see that.
NYC raises rent in areas that were black owned and ran, then allowed the black people to be severely underpaid in the midst of that, so they can evict us and get white people in those communities. It's a ploy to gentrify, remove the competition. So
Go ahead.
What's on your mind?
What you saying?
Is a ploy to gentrify, remove the competition, so the people we really want can be here.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yes.
But hey, I'm gonna keep living.
What's that next one say?
This one up here.
Yeah, that long one.
That's the long one I read right here.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one you just read.
Yeah, I
I
read
too
that.
much on my baby. She's passionate.
It said
Oh, yeah, no,
outside of
she-
financial literacy, arrests or repos and evictions are largely because systems will front load money and positions, then take it away from us to set us back.
Front load. That's the. They bring you in. They put this little trinket here. Get this. Yeah, go on, come in, and we fall for it. It's the banana in the tailpipe. We
Yes.
fall
We
for
fall
it every
for
time.
it.
It's so many other options that we can take that are unconventional.
Yes.
That's why, I was having that conversation with my uncle. And he asked me, "Was I a Democrat?" Or I said, "I'm independent. I'm neither," because you gave me two options to pick from. I said, if I see these two options, say, "Hey, pick one." You can say neither.
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
have to pick one, but most
definitely
people ignorant say,
opposite
"Well,
of-
give me that one." I
And
said,
people
"Well, right there,
agree.
you've been defeated. You don't even know where these options originate from. You just feel you got to pick one to be inclusive."
Yes.
Because and I look at black men, like I said, I'm a part of a mentor. Shout out my mentoring organization, C4 Mentoring. The number one thing I noticed with black boys, and I've been mentoring since college. I first started with Big Brother, Big Sister, before I graduated. When a black boy does not have an identity, he's gonna fight tooth and nail to try to find one. Hence this Chicago culture, the ops, and all of this. Well, I'm gonna get a gun. I'm gonna be known as the shooter. I'm gonna be known. I'm the King Von. I'm the this.
Clout.
I'm the modern day Gucci. You notice how young boys try to emulate older characters that got praised. I'm the new Gucci Mane. I'm the new Pooh Shiesty. I'm the new. Oh, I got a Pooh Shiesty mask. You see what I'm saying? They try to find identity in this culture that's been sold to us for that very reason. Hey, if they follow this, best believe they more likely going. Look at all our rappers that end up in jail.
Yeah.
You don't have no white singers that's going to jail. Pop artists going to jail like black rappers. It's a black rapper go to jail every day.
It seemed like it.
Every single day
week.
Yeah.
after obtaining millions.
Then the crazy part about it be the popular rappers that we know. They got Kodak Black. No, bruh.
Yeah.
You got pardoned by the goddamn president. You finna
And
go
you
back to
still
jail.
Man,
doing
Kodak
dumb
done went to jail about
shit.
10
Come
times
on, man.
since he
Oh my
started.
God.
rapping.
NBA young boy, and then y'all got
He's
all these
been-
kids. That's
That'd
the
be
crazy
killer
part.
That'd be the killer part.
Y'all got
That's
all
why they
these
grow
kids.
up
But
dumber than
NBA
the
young boy said he
motherfucker.
got what, 12 kids?
I think it's
Yeah,
10 or
well,
something.
11?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got
NBA
11,
got
12 kids in
That's
jail. What the
insane.
fuck can you do?
House arrest.
Not
Nick
a
Cannon, what?
goddamn
He on
thing.
10?
He on 10.
But he got money.
And
Money-
the young boy, what does money have to do with
Money
if
is
you're
not a
not there
replacement for
to
his
teach
father.
your children how to stay out of jail? If they're gonna be in jail or they're gonna be, dancing on the pole or strung out on drugs or homeless, what does money do?
But you got to look at the difference between Young Boy and Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is actually paving a way for himself. He owns Nickelodeon.
But do you
now.
think there would be a difference in their kids?
How many times you seen Nick Cannon go to jail?
I've never seen him go to jail.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
But I think money is not a substitute for a father. You still need to have a bond. You still need to be able to have certain moments of your child, because you can't pay for everything. You can't pay for that lesson in learning how to defend yourself when I'm not present. Nick Cannon can die tomorrow. Life ain't promised.
Yeah.
Right? We live in this vortex to think it can never be us. This man could be in an accident. It could all type of things can happen to where I can't even move around no more. I'm in a vegetative state. But I got this money. So now somebody else finna be in charge of what happens to my money because I can't communicate what you need, what I want done.
And I pray you got a will.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's correct. Yeah.
like we live in this world that it can't be us. Yes, it can.
It can always
Easily.
Tomorrow is not promised. So people think getting money, and like I say, I look at the women that's signing up for this because it's a payday. Like, okay, it's a payday for you, but how's your child gonna feel about it?
Because I feel like they program a lot of, especially women, to feel like they can be a white woman, and I say that to say every black woman feel like they could be a stay-at-home wife and mom.
But that's not
just get paid.
But I'm just gonna tell you that that's not even true, because if you look statistically, over 75% of white women still go to work.
Exactly. These women don't want to work. That's the difference. That's what I was trying to get at.
So I'm just confused.
I put it like this. All right.
You talking about the dream that's sold. He talking about that blonde,
the American dream
that's put in front of you that got 100 million followers, the Kim K's.
Oh, black women see that. Well, black women see that, she finna try to emulate.
Yeah, she wanted because everybody want to be that top.
But how many black women have y'all seen with Kardashian as their last name on social media?
I've seen a couple.
I've seen a lot too.
I
know a few.
They try to emulate.
Yeah, back
I'm following the right people.
And it's not as much as it used to be back then when the Kardashians first started. Yes, a lot of
I've never seen somebody with Kardashian as a last name.
But the reason I feel like it never worked because they lazy. They don't want to do. They don't want to. I put like, okay, I deal with an area and a neighborhood. I deliver to a neighborhood, and one day, it's a black family that lives in there, there's a white family that lives in there, two opposite sides of the street. Okay, when I first come in one day, I see the white family first. The white woman out there cutting grass while her husband at work. I go down to the black family, got the dude out there cutting grass while the woman in there ain't doing nothing. So what I'm trying to point is that black women has been programmed to try to want something for nothing. But the white women getting something for something. Big difference. But what they putting on the internet is it portrays like they're getting something for nothing, but I feel like white women is getting something for something. That's why I like fair.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why I like white women from light skin up to white. That's why it's one of my weeks. Because I feel like they don't do something.
Let them speak the truth.
These dog motherfuckers don't want something for nothing. That is for real. Like real
I can't.
shit.
I'm gonna say this. I can't necessarily agree.
Yeah, because it's
a lot of reasons.
It's a lot of reasons.
I'm gonna say this. This is the part I agree with you.
Attract.
This is the part I agree with you on. I agree with the image that is sold to black women where they feel as if they don't want to go 50-50. They think they should be at home and not work. They think that the man should foot all the bills and all that. I agree with that image. But when you go statistically and look at the bare bones of everything, white women are putting in, because like I said, when we talk about white women getting married in college, of course that man ain't making no money. Of course that woman ain't making no money. So
their parents are. That's why they're getting
married.
But
hold on. But it's a lot of people that you got to understand. There are first-time millionaires in our generation. So it ain't like their parents have a lot of money to just foot the bill up, give them money like that. It's not.
Have you not seen the students at Alabama?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. That is crazy that you will use students at Alabama and compare to us, because a lot of people don't go to college like that. Let's just be real. It's a lot of people that are not going to Alabama. But when you look at a prestigious school like Alabama, yeah, of course, because the tuition is going to be so high. If you're going to look at a subset of people in a localized area, yeah, that's like me saying
UAB.
Some people send their students to college off life insurance policies too. I've heard that they use money smarter than what we use it for. So a lot of people think they just got this money sitting there now. They got a policy which they're gonna pull out and pay back with no interest once they graduate.
Policies, pensions, all that.
They do a lot of different 401k.
That's why that race is getting married earlier.
Exactly.
Than we are.
Oh, wait, let me stop. Let me stop because we got to get on the black men real quick. Quick.
Hold on, before you start.
Okay, I'm let you go. I go on a tangent.
Chris example where he's
in the fight now.
Spasso.
When Chris said about the white guy sitting down saying, "I'm finna bring my son."
Yeah.
Like you said, black men don't talk like that. But the black man's son or daughter, whatever, or want what that white son or daughter got. But they ain't trying to do what they ain't trying to oversee the account. They just want what they get from overseeing an account without overseeing an account. But the white son, shoot, he can post on social media and put out there that shit. Hey, I got this, that, and the third, and the black one shit. I'm gonna try to do that too, but I ain't trying to do no work though. I ain't trying to do shit.
I want to see Amber say she want to get on the black man. So what's your rebuttal to what Chris said?
Okay.
Yes,
one thing about me, I always say everything is situational. So just hear me out.
All right.
Okay. Of course, you do have your black women. Sorry, I love y'all black women. I really do. I love black women. Some of us are lazy. Some of us do think that we're better than the next and that we just deserve all these things. And then a good bit of us have been through trauma with these black men to the point where we feel like they owe us. They've cheated on us. They've lied to us. They've smashed friends behind our backs. They've done all this other stuff to the point where it's just like it's trauma.
But that's a double standard though.
It's a trauma response.
You got motherfuckers.
Let's talk about this. Those are just battle scars from relationships. We got to talk about overall. Because if we talk about overall, the men that y'all are dating are being raised by y'all.
But it's the majority because majority of black men are raised by black women.
Yeah.
I know that's my point though. It's a domino effect.
So when we have those conversations, and like I said, we've been seeing the baby mama issue so long. Why don't more black women have the idea of marriage before carriage? It's not a guarantee.
Black men don't mature fast. So unless you like white men,
why you gotta be with them? Hold on, white men ain't maturing faster than black men.
No, they're not.
No,
I mean, a lot of us don't want to go
white
outside
men
our
have
race.
the knowledge because they come from white families. They're learning about finances ahead of time, so they may not be mature, with how they react to things, but they have more knowledge than black men because of how they are brought up.
Finances is just a seed. It's a bracket too. It's a tree. It's a branch. But it's the values. Like I was listening. It was I think it was Austria. It was an Austrian. It was a man that was outside of the U.S. and he was like, "Your 12-year-old boys are way behind our 12-year-old boys. 12 now." He said, "By the time our boys get 12, they already know how to pretty much run a household at 12." So it's not rooted in finance. It's responsibility and value. So it's the values, like what Sid was alluding to, was the single mother epidemic raising these boys, and they're effeminate, they're emotional, they react.
But why are they raising these boys alone?
Because let's look at the value.
Why are they raising the boys alone?
Let's look at the value. If the value was slated right here, you ain't getting no pussy unless we marry. That's going to eliminate 60% of men right there. That's gonna only leave for that top 40 that even understand that.
If you let it.
That 60% is cut, slash.
If you let it.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is once you get to that 60%, what's up, man? This is Dr. Destiny just entered the building. Let's give her a round of applause for coming late. We appreciate you.
You said Dr. Destiny. Go introduce yourself, put yourself out there, social media, all that good riff-raff. Go ahead, tell them where they can find you.
Instagram, Destiny, DESTENIRB, and I don't want to give out my Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. Appreciate you for coming. Even though you're late, you made it. But what we're talking about, we're gonna bring Destiny up to speed. We're talking about the future of the black community. She's so We're talking about. Hold on. Let me bring Destiny up today.
No, I'm talking about body wise.
Let me bring Destiny up today.
Aroma in here.
Oh, you're talking about how thick she is.
I hope that's a good thing.
It is. You smell good. Like I don't know what you're wearing, but it wasn't.
I'm gonna let y'all get it off.
She talking about all the cake.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're gonna bring so what we're talking about the future of the Black community. We're looking at all the immigrants coming in. We're looking at all the raising costs for living, the evictions. That's what we're talking about, and how it's gonna look for us in the next couple of years.
No. They talking about how
that's the
women.
base. But what we're talking about now is we did a compare and
go.
contrast to what she stated that Black men don't mature as fast as white men. And I said the maturity is in the values in the system, and it's also the most important thing is environment. You can't bring out gold in bullshit soil. You got to know where to go to get the gold. The soil to bring out a ripe harvest, that soil got to be right. So when I said what said was pointing out was if Black women had that, you're not getting no pussy unless you marry me, unless we're talking family, how we gonna raise. That's the number one conversation that started this out. You gonna cut the immature men that just want to fuck, get their rocks off.
No.
They gone.
No,
now some of them might try to play you.
We used to do that, and
They
we had what they used to
Peter
call
Before.
Rolling Stones.
Hold on.
The niggas was still Rolling Stones.
I'm gonna tell you when they used to have that pre-civil rights movement, the Black marriage rate was 83%. Pre-civil rights, the Black household was 83% married. That's high. That's That's 8 out of 10.
That's high.
Post-civil rights movement is when it started trickling down because the welfare system kicked in. Planned Parenthood started kicking in. So now what comes behind that? Feminism, sexual liberation started kicking in. So now, baby, you can really do what the fuck you want. We gonna still have some money for you. So now we got all these children out of wedlock. Now we got
these men they're not the same men
because
as
of what.
Granddaddy.
But who raised them?
I just told you what happened.
Even when they was still the 2-parent household, these niggas still weren't doing shit.
Yes,
how do you know? Because you haven't experienced that.
I have. My grandmother came. She had a 2-parent household.
I'm talking about the men that you're dating though, because the men that you're dating gonna be in the group of men that come up on the single mothers.
Yeah, I was about to say all the ancient niggas got daddy issues.
They ain't worth a damn either.
So all the ancient niggas got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
That's a proven fact. I have done personal studies.
Go ahead. What'd you say? Say it again.
All the ancient niggas got daddy issues.
Why you say that?
That ain't shit, niggas.
Because what I've experienced, all the niggas that have like been on bullshit, they daddy's not in their life.
I'm saying for you to come to that conclusion, like what's some of the experience or what's some of the conversations you had with them for you to
a guy would be doing like confusing things, or the guys who are very like nonchalant, they did not have that love and affection from their dad growing up. So it's like they don't know how to love. Like they put this wall up.
I'm saying, my question is, did they confess that to you? Did they confess that to you?
I'm just saying that's what I've
You just observed. Okay,
that's just
okay.
facts, though.
Okay, I can agree with that.
But I think hold on.
And other guys,
Shout out to my
they're scared
daddy.
of commitment, or they haven't seen that 2-parent household. So how can they give what they haven't seen growing up?
Hold on. So let's be clear. So when it comes to commitment in 2024, let's go with what it looks like now. Y'all see the women that we as men see. We see the half-naked shit. We see y'all fucking around. We see y'all want to bring babies to a relationship. We see y'all want to have all these abortions because y'all fucked the wrong nigga. We see y'all come to the table with so much bullshit.
I don't.
Hold on. I'm just saying this is pretty much most women in our community.
Most women.
Yes.
This is so.
Hold on. Let me finish.
We need a break before.
Let me finish.
I'm about to open the can. I'm about to open up it all.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So this is what we observe, and it gets to the point where I got so many male friends, good-looking male friends, that ain't even dating. They ain't having sex. They're not doing nothing because they feel like they don't want to be involved with women of today. They and it's getting so bad to the point where I'm having conversations with men my age, good-looking men, and they have FOMO. They have the fear of missing out. They feel like they're not going to have a family. They feel like they're not going to have a beautiful wife and be married for the rest of their life.
How old are these friends?
35.
That's because they spent their entire 20s being hoes.
No, that's not it. Because if you hold on. This is what I'm telling you. When as men, we find good women.
When y'all 30, yeah.
No. Because why didn't I see a good woman in my 20s?
You are one in a million.
Okay, so
baby.
I'm telling you, as men, when we find good women, we do not let good women go.
That's
Because no.
Because as soon as
Hold on. Because this is y'all. Hold on. This is what y'all think. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Let me finish. See, the issue is a lot of y'all think y'all good women and y'all ain't. That's why y'all
Vice versa.
That's why y'all ain't got the
Vice versa.
outcomes y'all want.
Vice versa.
But hold on. I gotta propose to you.
This is true.
I gotta propose to you. So if I want to get married as a man, if I want to get married, I'm pretty sure I could date a woman, just get on one knee and say, hey, baby, will you marry me? And a lot of women will say yes. I'm pretty sure before my wife now, I got 3 other women before her. I know for a fact if I just wanted to get married, I could have married either one of them. That's a fact. I'm willing to bet money on it.
That's why I say everything is situational.
And so this is what I'm saying. Like when we have these conversations, if a man comes across a woman he feels deserving to get on that knee, to propose to tell the world, hey, baby, you my lady. I want to do this forever with you. I want to have kids with you. I want to spend money with you. I want to house you. I want to clothe you. I want to feed you. Because that's a big responsibility that men don't want to take on. And a lot of men don't want to take on that responsibility because they don't want the egg on their face at the end. A lot of men say, I'm not avoiding marriage. I'm avoiding divorce. Because so many women are not here for the marriage. They're here for the marriage. They're not here for the marriage. They're for the wedding. They're here for the glitz. They're here for the glamour. They're here for the walking down the aisle. They're here for they dad. Before I'm trying to get walked down the aisle for my daddy passed away so he could walk me down the aisle. All of that little bullshit is entwined in the wedding, but not the marriage.
It all leads back to how everybody's raised. Everybody's raised in single parent households where the mom is there regardless.
Correct.
But where is the father?
Hold on. This is what y'all don't want. This is what y'all don't want to admit. When you are a baby mama, you did not try to secure that father was going to be there if you didn't make him marry you. Because as a man, that means a lot. Now let's be clear. When men and women are fucking, we all like to bust a nut. Let's just keep everybody. We grown, right? Everybody like to bust a nut. Hold on. No, I'm finna explain. Hold on, I'm about to explain. I'm finna break this shit down to y'all 100%. But everybody like to fuck. Everybody like to bust a nut, right? And this is coming from my mother's mouth. My mother told me when I was young, she said, as a woman, this is my body. If I don't want to get pregnant, I don't get pregnant. If I do get pregnant, it's because I wanted to get pregnant. It's a lot of stuff out there, son. She said, listen. It's a lot of stuff out there to prevent women to not get pregnant, even to the extent of abortion. So you hold on to not have children out of wedlock, right? And so that's what my mother used to say. And then you ask why the blame is put on women, because when you say there's a responsibility for men and there's a responsibility for women, men are supposed to. Y'all gonna say the 2 P's. What y'all say men are supposed to do? Provide and protect. And men say, okay, that's what we supposed to do. And men say women are the gatekeepers of sex and procreation. But as soon as we say that, y'all say, no, we ain't responsible. So then I ask women, well, what do y'all want to be responsible for? Because the men say we are responsible for provision and protection. We okay with that. Y'all say, man supposed to provide, man supposed to protect. We say, okay. We don't argue, we don't fuss, we don't fight. We say, okay. But as soon as we say sexual access, and procreation, oh no, it takes 2. Oh my God, it takes 2. It's like, no, this is what you do because it takes 2 to provide and protect. Because if I say, hey, baby, duck real quick, I don't know what's going on, duck, somebody might get a shoe, and you don't listen to me, that actually takes 2. It ain't just me, and you got to be able to listen to my command as well. Hey, this nigga look a little sketchy, baby, in here. Go ahead and walk to the back. Well, what you telling me to walk to the back? Fine. We can't do I don't want to hear that. It's you listen. If provision and protection is what I'm supposed to do, baby, you supposed to listen. Just like if you say, hey, sexual access and procreation is what you do, I'm supposed to take your guidance on it. If you say, hey, baby, I know I'm ovulating right now. We say we don't have baby. We need to be trying to have sex during this period and this period because your body.
My thing is, okay, you're saying about it takes 2. We didn't tell these men's mamas to lay down with these niggas and have them. Don't take it out on me. When you dating me, be mad at your mama.
I agree. That part I agree with.
All of these options that you named are not free. Abortion is not free. Birth control is not free. Condoms are not free. And on top of
But
that,
you know, abstinence
wait,
is.
hold on, because I let you talk for about 2 minutes.
Abstinence,
my guy.
but abstinence is.
That's true. But like you
Okay.
said, we all grown. We all like to bust a
And
nut.
time out, because we used to be some abstinent women, but all the men like the hoes.
Because
so
at
we
the end
got
of the
Big
day,
Pimpin' by Jay-Z.
It don't matter what women do, we get frowned upon regardless.
But y'all listen to them and laid y'all laying down and busted
No.
open.
Y'all put these hoes on a pedestal before y'all put a woman with some damn class on a pedestal.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you.
They want time and some players club. They don't want.
You got me
Hold
fucked up.
on. When y'all see these hoes that y'all talking about glamorized, where do y'all see these hoes? Music videos or movies?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Music video, social media, the
Okay. So hold on. So when y'all see these hoes on these platforms and music videos and movies and shit like that, so you mean to tell me the men that are marrying these women or dating these women are respectable men? Y'all telling me?
Wait, say that again.
The men that are marrying
they
these quote
respectable
unquote
men?
hoes are these respectable men? Is Obama married to a hoe? Would y'all say Michelle? Y'all know her sexual
We don't
past?
know.
But y'all, so y'all don't know. But y'all do. Hold on. But y'all do know Bernice Burgo's been with T.I. and all these other niggas, and she dating a young nigga right now. Y'all know that. So that's what I'm saying. So
I knew that because of Twitter.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. When we had these conversations,
I saw that Drea was dating a
young nigga too.
Age as her son.
So when we had these conversations, y'all know what these hoes do, but these hoes ain't getting married. Ain't nobody married Drea.
She don't want to get married though. She made that obvious.
But
that's my point.
The overall point is that we have certain responsibilities. Abstinence is a choice. So when he just asked Barack Obama, LeBron James,
He's old. Name some people in our generation.
But we're looking
LeBron James is in our generation.
We're looking at respectable men, and you look. If you look at a respectable man, his wife ain't gonna be too far off. Is the point? So what we're saying is, you chose to have a sex or deal with any of these dudes you encountered. When he hit your DM, you could have said read or unread.
I didn't know he wasn't shit then.
Yeah,
I ain't figured out till later.
Because y'all niggas be putting up a front.
But again,
because y'all are liars, y'all
again,
deceivers, y'all are narcissists.
Okay, hold up. If you know that, well, why don't you?
Baby, hold on, wait. I know that now.
I give
at
everybody
fucking
a clean
29,
slate.
baby. I ain't know that at 21, 22, 23.
But this is my point. The foundation has already crumbled, because back in the day, when I said the marriage rate was 83%, even let's say coming out of slavery, if a man took interest in you, hey, you got to meet my daddy before we have any conversation.
Yeah.
But again, pre-civil rights movement, pre-feminism, pre-sexual liberation, we had an 83% marriage rate, which means the father,
because women had no choice.
That's just like saying. That's
But you
just
know
like,
what's crazy? Me and my grandma had a conversation like this the other day. She actually told me, she was like, I was talking to her about how I'm like, no, we're getting married and stuff. She was like, well, the only reason why we got married back in the days because we have nothing else to do.
Yes.
We couldn't go to school. We couldn't get
They
no
couldn't
education.
work,
So all we
couldn't
could do
vote,
was
couldn't
get
do
married
shit.
and have babies.
That's all you were allowed to do.
But this what I'm saying. What we talked about before you got here, it was options to say, hey, feminism right there. You want to be a feminist? Yeah.
After civil rights,
but this is my point. They could have put all this stuff. Even with me being a heterosexual black man, they put that gay shit in front of all of us. I could have said, okay, I'm gonna play with the gay shit.
But
it
as
was
a
choice
woman,
to not to. So when they said you could be sexually liberated, you could have said, "No, I don't want to."
No, because as a woman who's not sexual liberated, who can't
we're not
work,
talking
who
about you
can't vote,
specifically. We're saying when they put these options in front of you, you could have said, "I don't want none of that shit."
but you're excited.
It don't matter what you did. That's
it.
an emotion. That means you don't even need to be making no decisions
And this
when
is
you're in an emotional state.
And this is why when Shaq said, this is why
you
when
don't even need
Shaq
to be making. You don't even need to be making no decision when you're in an emotional state. But you just said I'm excited.
But I mean,
you need to sit down and
I
let
feel
that shit
like
weigh
if
out
y'all,
first.
I feel like if men at any point in fucking history besides black men during slavery, if y'all had any type of point in time where y'all were dealt with like women, then y'all would probably feel differently.
you know
but
what?
y'all
Hold
understand
on.
that women had nothing.
Hold on. Let me ask this question. Hold on. Let me ask this question. And this is a good question. So y'all,
we're gonna get back on track.
Hold on, yeah. So y'all mean to tell me?
All off task.
Hold on. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think that? Hold on. First question. Do y'all understand what chivalry is?
Yeah. So what I mean is like
Chivalry. Okay.
polite.
So do y'all understand that there were things that men had to do, hurdles they had to jump, certain financial statuses they had to be. They had to have certain decorum. They had to talk a certain type of way. Yes. They had to. They didn't treat women, hold on. They didn't treat women like just objects. I don't know. I don't know where y'all get this idea that men was treating women like objects. No, there were things in place called like chivalry that men had to do. When you got her from the table, men had to stand up. When I greeted a woman, I had to take my hat off. When I see you coming, I opened the door. All of these things
was that doesn't go on these days anymore.
Because when you pick feminism and you say, "Hey, let's Netflix and chill," why the fuck would I do that?
Why?
If I can bust a nut,
now I'm confused.
If I can bust a nut, because those were the prerequisites before I got to have sex with you. The prerequisite
courtship.
Is called courting.
Yes.
Before now is no courting. It's hit you up in the DMs. Hey, bitch, come chill with me. We gonna smoke, get high, watch Netflix.
This was going on before Twitter was a thing, Instagram was a thing. This was going on way before then. This was going on when Bebo was still a thing. MySpace. Like
get that AIM before we even got technology.
Hold on. How do y'all even know y'all wasn't? I'm talking about y'all dating circumstances right now. Mm-hmm. You're 29, and how old are you?
Big 30.
30. Okay, so 29 and 30, and y'all dating experience right now.
Mm-hmm. Right now.
Yeah. From when y'all
chivalry
started.
is dead.
Cause y'all killed it like a motherfucker.
Wait, I
don't think chivalry is dead. I feel like niggas know who to play with. They know who to do stuff.
They know who to play with.
Look, I agree. Niggas know who to play with. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all the reason they play with so many of y'all because so many of y'all are wearing the same uniform. So many of y'all have the same talking points. So many of y'all acting the same. Y'all don't separate yourselves from the other woman. Hold on.
This conversation tomorrow. Cause we all off topic. We definitely gonna talk about this tomorrow. We got
tomorrow. I just got here.
Yeah, but this wasn't the topic for tonight. This is definitely the topic for tomorrow. We're talking about dirty macking and how many chances at love and marriage will women get. We'll do that tomorrow. We're doing that tomorrow.
Because y'all acting like y'all did nothing wrong.
Am I invited tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna pack this bitch out.
Yeah, we'll pack it
out. Don't do nothing but protect and provide and go home.
No, I didn't say that.
Hold on.
What time tomorrow?
7.
Same time.
I'm in this. You ready, babe?
What time?
I'm having Galentine's at 5.
You said what?
I'm having Galentine's at 5.
What is that?
It'll be over at 7:30.
Maybe.
Probably not.
We'll see. Just get started.
Valentine's, but with your gal.
So what I didn't want this conversation to turn, because this always turned into a man versus woman. And I'm kind of burnt out on that shit. It is certain things that men are responsible for, and it's certain things women are responsible for. What we're talking about.
Hold on. I gotta cut you out. Hold on. No. This is a quick conversation. I gotta ask. This is a quick conversation. I gotta ask the women. What are y'all responsible for?
We already had this conversation last time.
I
ain't
asked them.
Okay.
What are you responsible for?
So I can only speak for my future wife because that's my baby. And in our relationship, she's more of the masculine figure. I'm more of the feminine figure.
Well, I don't want to talk to you because we talking about men, so she's not a man. So that's not involved.
Not too much.
It's gonna be a different conversation because it's not.
Are y'all lesbians?
No, we're talking.
We talking about in the male.
We talking about in the male and woman. Slide with that, baby.
We talking about in a man and a woman. A man and a woman relationship.
Okay, but some of those things can kind of coincide with each other as far as the responsibilities, the duties. As I was saying, she takes on the more masculine side of things. So if y'all let me finish, because a bitch got to get her thought out.
Too much on my.
So maybe y'all can understand where I'm coming from. My girl takes on the more masculine role of things, so she likes to pay all the rent. 100% of the rent. She wants to pay the utility bill. She wants to pay the water bill. Meanwhile, I work. Of course, I'll cook. I'll clean. Make sure the kids are good. Make sure she's good. Emotionally,
how do you kids
mentally.
got though?
First of all, that's too many questions.
First of all, let's not be ignorant.
Look, because if y'all were women, they would know all the other options that lesbians have.
How do you kids got though?
There's IVF. There's sperm donors.
Hold on, because heterosexual couples have to use IVF.
Exactly. There's adoption. There's all of that. Point is, just because we're two women does not mean that the roles won't be like her. She's masculine. She'll have the same roles as the man. She's taking out trash. I'm not doing that shit. If there's a roach or something in the house, she's taking care of that shit. I'm not doing that. So it can still go the same way.
Because it's not going to be for the audience. Like I said, we're not knocking your relationship. We're not going to down talk, but we're looking at from
that.
we're looking at from not from the household duty. We're saying from a male and female interaction on the onset. Not from a household, y'all already got a relationship established. It's unconventional, it's different. It's not wrong, but it's not the norm. Is
You
what
can
I'm
say
saying.
unconventional. I like
Okay,
that word.
unconventional. So
Yeah.
from the onset, if I meet you and I want to talk to you, what he asking is, what's the responsibility? I say I want you.
Are we
say,
50-50 in
but
it?
no, but we're not talking about household yet.
Okay.
Oh, it's on the onset of attraction. I say I want to talk to you. I'm coming in, you expect me, well, he better be able to provide and protect me. On the onset, we ain't got into the household because we don't know what the bills look like.
we
We don't
talking
know
about
what we're gonna make
first
together on the onset.
Okay.
I'm sexually attracted to you. I want to have sex. What's the responsibility to determine how that goes? That process of me, I'm already
make you work.
sexual
Obviously, I'm
interest.
gonna see what you do for a living.
Okay.
Do you have a car?
No, not
Do
what
you
I said.
have
What's
a
yours?
car?
Yes.
I'm not gonna have a car.
Hold on, yeah. Let him finish. Go, Chris,
one
go,
mic at a
Chris.
time. Not what you gonna how you appraise me. What's your responsibility in preserving and protecting that if we do that, it's going to create that marriage and union that's gonna protect the family and everything.
So do
that
you
come
get what
with
he's saying? So basically, men agree that our responsibility is provide and protect. So what is the woman's responsibility?
I'm
I'm
already
making
everything you want. Say that. I'm already everything you want. So we already there. So now he asking what is your responsibility now? I already met all your requirements, the money,
I
all
guess
that.
making sure like you're fed, the house is clean. You know, I don't not believe in traditional roles, but I'm the type of person, don't make me feel like I gotta do nothing because then I'm not gonna do it. But I'm not against traditional household. So
what's the answer?
See, we go. I think y'all missing. I'm gonna say it again.
I got
Before we even get into a house. This before we get into a
We're
house.
just talking, dating, whatever.
I done already expressed interest in you, but I done already met the prerequisites. You know what I do and all that. So now we about to start dealing with each other. We ain't got married or got into the house yet.
you're saying like, what do I have to offer you?
No. What's your responsibility to say? Well,
Okay,
I
so
wanna
I'm gonna
have
say
sex with
the
you.
the woman's responsibility. I say, I mean, most men say sex and procreation is the woman's responsibility, but it's always said, "Oh no, that takes two people." But from what I
think
grew
we
up
should
on,
say that's a responsibility because what if she's like has fertility issues? So you're just gonna throw her away?
But okay, those are the right answer. All these babies running around here. Come on now. We just talking about your responsibility as a woman. The typical responsibility of a
course,
woman.
I'm gonna have kids. Like,
I don't think she get the question.
Oh, it's hard.
I'm not. It's hard to every answer I say is wrong.
So what's the answer?
I give this. I'm painting clear. I'm painting clear.
I'm gonna say I'm here to provide adventure because men are boring without females. Y'all don't do nothing.
Listen,
y'all play the game. Y'all
That's
play.
fun. That's fun for us though.
Okay, yeah, but when a
Shit, I
woman
gotta
is
trip
in your
me
life,
one,
we
goddamn.
upgrade.
Yeah, like we make sure the house looks good. We make sure.
Let me role play it out.
Go ahead.
How you gonna tell us what our what our role is? Then tell us what our role
I'm gonna
is.
give an example. I'm gonna role play it out. So
Go ahead.
She the one you want to talk to me. You express sexual interest in me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say ideal response is, okay, I like you, but I don't believe in having sex prior to marriage.
Okay, cool.
Even though you may be sexually attracted to me. So now we got a situation now because the sexual interest is mutual.
Yeah.
So the vetting process goes is how, okay, is it 3 months, 6 month time limits? What do I have to meet your family? Do I have to have a firm conversation with your father? Do I have to produce a certain
I haven't introduced a single person to my parents.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. What's my process now? Because we both got to mute. Because now, anytime we alone, sex can happen. But before it happens, do I have to be vetted by your father, grandfather, uncles? Now you got to sit down with the men of the family. You got to sit. They got to see what's going. They got to see what kind of character you got
Before
we
have
do
sex.
it. Before we
Are you
lay
saying
down,
about sex?
because the first time we have sex, a baby can come out of it. So I'm saying that now we're talking about processes
I
now.
govern myself differently, so
That's what I'm saying. That's why back in the day, the man used to be present. The man used to be at the forefront. Nigga, ain't you coming over here to take my daughter out? No, we got to go talk to the back.
Same man.
I got my uncles.
had
right
men
here.
are not in the households.
I don't like to
family.
take people home
Hold on.
because
Go ahead.
like I feel like when you take people home to your family, like that's very final. So I feel like I have to make sure you cross off everything, even sex, because then if you meet my whole family and then we have sex, and sometimes niggas change after sex, like shit get weird. So then you know, we had to break up. So then does every single person I meet have to meet my family? I'm not doing that.
No. I'm saying we didn't express the interest, and let's say we didn't have sex. Yeah, okay, cool. It's a gamble. But what I'm saying is the process in getting to that, because that's an ultimate, that's your most valuable asset is your womb. So you're gonna give your most valuable asset to me without being
I'm not
vetted
giving you my womb. I'm on good birth control and I take Plan B.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
She got a curve, but I'm saying, let's say all of that is non-existence. Let's say we go back, we're in medieval.
Okay, well, we're in medieval times. Of course, I'm not gonna have sex because I don't want a baby.
Yeah, I'm saying
right.
back then,
that's why we fucked up now, because the way we naturally did things is because women knew that I can't.
There's gonna be consequences.
There's gonna be consequences.
So,
that's my
and then
point.
even back then, because this is always
a lot of these women were stuck with men that they did not like, and that was beating their ass and all this.
But
stuff,
y'all always say that. Y'all always say that
arranged marriages,
men wasn't being
or you know,
like that.
no, some
You said
no,
what?
they really do. They really do.
Hold on, pause. Did you not listen to any old school music back then? What was your grandma?
Grandmas expect to get smacked every now and then. Like it wasn't frowned upon.
They were slaves. After slavery.
Hold on. Let's be clear.
Everything a goddamn night now, boy.
Let's be clear.
Worst case. I don't hold on before you. It seems like when we get into these relationship conversations, it's an ass beating. He had a bitch down the street. Right. Every nigga ain't a dog ass nigga.
And every woman ain't a hoe.
We know that.
I think every man.
So we're talking about the ideal woman right now. We just gave you 2 examples. We gave you LeBron James and Barack Obama. We don't know them personally, but when we look at them as a unit, they complement each other in the same capacity. He represents her well. She represents him well. But when
LeBron probably didn't cheat it. Barack probably didn't cheat.
We don't know that.
We're not talking about probably. That's why I'm saying it's this fear mongering that this nigga ain't shit. We got to get away from that.
It's hard to
they just let it slide.
Every woman. Well, one thing every woman got in common is that we have all been cheated on at least once.
Okay, I understand that.
Hold on, what Destin said? Hold on. What Destin said earlier? Don't take that out on me because you mad with that past nigga.
Facts.
Don't bring that trauma here.
But wait,
don't bring that trauma here.
Wait. I wouldn't say it's trauma, but as a woman, you get cheated on once. That is a lot of hurt, and it teaches you how to move different.
You shouldn't be in the dating field if you feel that way.
It teaches you how to move different.
That's
all I'm saying.
Emma, that's trauma. If you bring some hurt or past resentment from something that happened to you in the past,
that's what niggas
trauma.
be doing with their daddies.
But what I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about because everybody gonna have an issue. You're not gonna get the perfect man. I'm not gonna get the perfect one. We got to understand that what I'm saying is the ideal situation before it went any further to where this woman gives me her most valuable possession, which is her womb and her body, because more than her womb and body will be affected. Also, her mind and spirit gonna be impacted for laying down with me.
Absolutely.
It was a process. It was an entry to barrier. The dad and the uncle we gotta stamp you first before you take my daughter, because once I give her away to you, you become responsible for her.
I feel like that would still be a thing if men were in the home now, but they're not.
So what happened? What caused the men to not be in the home?
So that was the
government infiltration, because when they said you can get welfare, you could have said, "I'm no, I don't get it. I got a man." No. The marriage rate was 83%.
They got whole reports. The Moynihan report. You can read all of this.
Just gave was he had Janet down the street. He had hoes on the side. If he did, so fucking what? He still was taking care of home. But what y'all would do is sabotage that and sacrifice that home because he got a bitch on the side that ain't getting a fraction of what you getting. Some dick?
No, because back then they got money too.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
You talking about these poor? You talking about the poor black? You talking about the poor black men?
$50 for a bitch and $800 a month for the bills ain't money.
Man, no, baby.
$50 to this chick, but you get $800. You get a house, a home, meal, protection, me 24/7. That money he giving her ain't nothing. I'm not saying okay, but I'm saying we have to wear out because people work out right. Mm-hmm. They want to look good. Mm-hmm. That shit hurt though a little bit. That's the cost. I'm gonna be sofa tomorrow. But that's the cost, because in a couple of days, couple of weeks, I'm gonna be looking like a goddess that I want to look with. So I take that little pain that come with working out right now.
It's
trade off. That ain't no little pain.
It's the pain.
Again, it's comparison to what your goals and how you gonna look over that. We won't have bodybuilding competitions. We won't have all these top level athletes walking around, running around, sacrificing their body. It's a trade-off for something. You're not gonna get something for nothing.
That is just so different.
You're not gonna get something for nothing. No, it's not, because y'all talking about he got
so we need to get cheated on $100 to have a successful relationship is what I'm hearing.
That's basically what he's saying.
No, I'm not condoning it. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying you are gonna throw away this whole family situation because this nigga got a bitch on the side.
Yes, okay, let me rephrase.
Time out. Can I talk?
Ignorance.
Can I talk? Can I
Go
talk
ahead,
my
babe.
shit again?
Go ahead, babe.
Why would it? How is it ignorance? Because I want to throw away something when you got Janet down the street. You threw it away.
Go
first.
be with
I'm gonna
Janet.
give you a prime example. If you work a job, right?
Yes.
If they say, hey, I need you to work 8 hours overtime today and tomorrow, or your ass gonna get fired, are you working them or not?
Oh, that's illegal.
I'm just saying hypothetical. They say, hey, you gonna work. You gonna work now, but
I'm gonna quit.
They run. They gonna run. She finna run.
I'm not gonna run.
If your job say you gotta work 8 hours overtime between the day and tomorrow, your ass gonna get fired. But you've been on the job 10 years. Are you gonna work those 8 hours? Yes
I'm
or no?
still gonna work them 8
Thank
hours,
you.
but is it
Thank
worth
you.
it? Is it
Thank
worth
you.
you?
I'm still gonna work.
If I'm married and my
having
man
Janet down the
cheats
street,
once,
is it
I'm
worth
not gonna
it?
throw the
What?
whole relationship away. But if it's like a whole thing,
You're still gonna work that job. Is my point.
Say it again, Destiny. What you say?
if I'm like married to somebody, we've been together for umpteen years. If you cheat like one time, okay, like I'm not gonna throw the whole marriage away off of that. But if it's like a whole thing, like
An affair.
established,
That's different. I
Yes.
ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about having a whole family. I'm talking about he done fucked off with her twice every other month.
But
That's just some little shit I
that's
do
the
every
whole
now and then.
thing.
That's the whole
I'm talking
thing.
about. I give you a one time.
well,
Penny
but
Sue
The
down
reason
here
that's a
keep
whole
me
thing because
right.
men can't take what they dish out. Because if a woman
Of
did
course.
that, oh, the man is gone. Oh, I'm done with
You wanna
you.
know? You want? I'm
spoil
agree with you.
goods.
I'm gonna say the same thing. You can take a punch from her in the face, but you can't take a punch from me in the face, even though it's the same shit, just from a different. It's a different gender doing it, but it's the same thing. So of course we can't take the same shit from each other because we're built differently. So when you
So
cheat,
I'm
it's different.
supposed to
I'ma
sit
say y'all
here
this
and
conversation
cheat and
'cause
let
I
you
fight
cheat
men and
with
women.
Janet down the street.
Hold on,
gonna
hold
have
on.
side
I'm gonna
pieces.
say
We
this.
both
I'm gonna
need to
say
have
this.
side
This
pieces.
is the thing. This is the
We're gonna talk
thing.
about this tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have
hold
to
on.
because
We got all
y'all-
our goddamn.
This is the thing
Raising
I want
my
to talk
blood
about. Hold on, hold on,
pressure
hold
and
on, hold on.
raising mine because how the hell I just need to sit here.
Hold
let
on,
you
hold on, hold
deal
on, hold
with
on.
Janet.
Go
Now
ahead,
y'all
Sue.
raise your raggedy ass kids.
Hold on. Let me say this. The issue that our grandmothers understood when y'all want to bring up these examples. Yeah, your grandma used to cheat, granddad used to cheat on grandma, and great grandma would. So grandma always understood this aspect, and my mom used to say this all the time. I check your dad to check stubs. So if it's having sex with somebody, she ain't getting much. That's one thing she used to always say. And then she always say, why would I want to leave my husband to go out here, even if he's doing something, to go out here with 2 kids and try to start another relationship in hopes that I can find someone that's going to provide for me, that ain't going to rape y'all, that ain't going to mistreat us and
got
beat
daughters
me,
and sons.
do all of this stuff. I know I got to do it. And the only thing, if I got this, is basically what it's saying. I got a 90% nigga, but I'm finna go and look for a 100% nigga. Like that's weird. That's a weird dynamic, but you got to understand it ain't a lot of 90% niggas out there. And that's what women always feel. Women had this idea in their mind that, I got this nigga in my inbox. Oh, I got this nigga talking to me at work. My nigga cheating on me. I'm finna go get one of these niggas. And then when you, like they said, you know the devil you got. You don't know the devil you gonna get.
I want to add on to that, because like y'all said, what y'all was stating was that all these niggas got all these issues. So you gonna leave one man to go get a nigga with a different set of issues, but issues nonetheless.
Right.
And then he do the same shit, and then you gonna go do it again.
But that's the same thing. Y'all
I'm
leaving
willing
me
to deal
go
with
fuck
some
with another
issues
bitch
over
who got
others.
her own issues.
We're not
What
leaving.
sense does
We're
that
not
give
leaving.
you?
That's not
You
leaving you.
No,
That's
it
not
is.
leaving you. No,
It
that's
is.
not.
What
That's
they
why you
saying
gotta go
is,
fuck
They're not
another
leaving you.
bitch.
Because I want
men
some
can go
pussy.
fuck off and then come right back home.
Exactly. What's the point?
When y'all-
Women
when
is
y'all-
more emotional.
Ain't nothing like that new
No,
pussy.
no, baby. I'm not gonna be dumb. That's the difference. That's why divorces are more prominent. It
Who
wasn't
filed divorce more?
women, because we're not gonna sit here and let y'all do this.
That's not why.
over
But
and
most
over.
divorces are filed because of money.
Yeah, they're not filed for infidelity.
It's money. And real shit. When a nigga got a lot of money, she gonna pretty much put up with anything. We see niggas they cheating, having other families, a whole bunch of shit. When the nigga got that bread, that pretty much trump everything.
Especially that baseball nigga.
But this is the kicker.
The-
Oh,
Oh.
from here, from here.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
what?
The baseball nigga, they got the other family.
And then
Oh,
the
yeah.
wife pregnant again after all that. I was like,
But this is the thing. You gonna leave this guy
she
to
not
go get another nigga that's gonna do the very same shit
with less money.
Right. With less money.
That's like
She
you
not
saying,
though. If I had an MLB player, I wouldn't leave either.
I'm finna
Right.
quit working at AT&T. I'm finna go work at T-Mobile. Well, T-Mobile on bullshit. I'm finna go work at Sprint.
That's why I went.
You
to
changing the same job. It's the same shit. You just got a different shirt on. That's foolish. After you done spent 8 years at AT&T, you got to start over from scratch at T-Mobile. That's a fool. And that's what we're trying to get you. You gonna leave this guy to go get with another that's gonna do the same shit.
So why y'all leave
That makes
your
no
wife
sense.
To go fuck a bitch.
I can't
who
say that I
gonna
believe.
do the
No.
same
We're not
No.
leaving you to be with her in a relationship. We're not in a relationship with her.
So why you going over
'Cause
there?
it's different
She gonna
pussy.
do-
They can.
It's crazy.
It's the same shit.
No, it's not.
How? It's
not.
the same
Yo,
dick.
hold on.
Can I
No.
get inside nigga? Like,
Yo, no.
Hell no.
But when I do it, it's World War III.
yeah,
But
but
Cuz.
you
it's
don't
fine
leave
as long as
me
I can have
to
me
go
a side
fuck
piece
other pussy,
too.
But get mad because I want to do.
Hey,
the
hey,
same
y'all do me a
thing.
favor. If y'all watching the video, y'all make sure y'all
Hit some
share
of
the
comments.
video.
Hit some of them
Y'all,
comments too,
y'all
too.
make sure y'all like the video. Y'all should make sure y'all follow the page. We going up right
I
now.
got my blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
Let's hit some of them comments.
That man said I have money and my girl not putting up.
And
with
we
nothing.
gonna get back on top. What she say? What she say?
Hold on.
Somebody said I have money and my girl not putting up with nothing.
That's my girlfriend, and she ain't lying.
Oh, okay. Hey, girl.
What she said? Don't start acting like.
Ooh, what you reading?
Don't
Say,
start
don't
acting.
start acting
Don't
like
start
that,
acting
and I
like the
won't look at you
past,
like
and I
that.
won't
I like
look
that. I
at
like
you
that.
like
Period.
I'm gonna put that in my
Big
bag. I'm gonna put that in my
Period.
bag. Go
Put
do
that
some
lady
more.
with the notebook on TikTok.
But you will throw the same
Talking about
relationship
sprinkle,
way. She
sprinkle.
do the same thing. Y'all gotta understand men and women at the same.
Can't do what I do. Because you
You-
said
that's-
something
that's what
earlier.
the problem
You said
is.
when we level the same playing field, you would never be on the same playing field. Man, if we play any sport, any physical activity, you would not be on the same level as me. Weights, running, basketball, track, it would never be a level playing field with the man and the woman.
Even hold on, hold on.
Good
Even
question.
even
Never
even
gonna
in,
be
even
that.
in sex, even if you fuck the same amount of niggas that I fuck as bitches, you can't even procreate as much as me.
I give you
Like even it's a lot of shit you
I'm
can't.
gonna
even-
give you an example. You got a finger, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather 100 people stick their finger in your mouth,
Mm-mm.
or you stick your finger in 100 people's mouth?
Stick my finger in other 100 people.
Right, exactly.
Would you rather 100 people stick they 100 different motherfuckers put their finger in your mouth, or
I'd
you take
rather
your
do the
one finger and
poking.
put it in 100 different people's mouth? Which one would you? Which one? If you got a choice, which one would you rather do?
It's such a double standard.
I don't like spit.
So ask her again.
I'm a
There
nurse.
you go.
I
There
deal with
we
a
go.
lot of
Hold on,
shit.
ask her
There we
again.
go.
Ask her again. Ask her the question again.
But
If
you can put a
if
glove
you had
on.
Hold
choice
on.
to- I asked that if you had
Can
a
I put a
choice,
glove on because
No.
it's not okay?
No.
Well,
All right,
then
no,
I'ma
there
just-
were no
100
rules.
100
I don't
different
want
men want to stick their finger in your mouth,
I'm not. Yeah, I
but
already
you can
said.
take your finger and stick it in
I
there.
already said I'm doing the sticking.
Okay, what you doing? Which one? Which one?
You can wash your hands, but once they put their finger in your mouth, them germs is there.
What you
I'm
doing?
sticking like a mom.
What you doing?
I stick.
But I can do that. though.
That is the prime. That is the exact difference between a woman laying with a man and a man laying with a woman. We're
That's why I said-
external.
That's why I
Y'all
said
are internal.
I can do the
Double
sticking and
standard.
it'll be all right.
We're not the same. We're never gonna be the same when it comes to sex. We don't have periods.
I got a dick. You got to push.
We don't. We can't. We
At
don't
the end of
ovulate.
the
We're
day.
always primed up. We're never gonna be the same sexually.
You
So
can't
when you
have
cheat,
sure without
it's
me.
gonna be a different incentive than it is when I cheat. I'm not investing in this woman. It's like taking a piss.
Yeah.
It's like the food before Thanksgiving. I'm finna go McDonald's, give me a little chicken nugget, a little snack. I'm finna come back and eat this full meal though and pray over it. Yeah, I ain't finna pray over these motherfucking nuggets. I'm finna throw these bitches back like some Tic Tacs. It's just to put some on my stomach. That's it. But we want y'all to tune in tomorrow. This is gonna be a
Hey,
conversation
make
for
sure y'all-
tomorrow for sure.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
We're talking about
That's okay.
how many chances at love and marriage do women get. That's gonna be
Oh,
our topic for
I
tomorrow.
need to be here because I don't let
7
people
o'clock
for me.
tomorrow. But we want to reel
8:30.
it back in.
I don't
We're
let
talking about the
people wait for
future
me.
of the black community. See, do we have some more slides? Or did we go through all?
I can go through your messages and see what else you sent me real quick.
Yeah, we can go through them. And I want to hear Destiny take because Destiny, you accomplished woman. You have your own stuff. And what we're talking about is that a lot of these issues, such as the migrants, the interest rates rising, they're affecting a lot of people, and particularly Black women, when it comes to repos and evictions.
Mhm.
But you see these women always saying this argument that women are buying more houses than men, and women are doing a lot of this, and they don't take into consideration that it's way more women than men. That's one. Also, a lot of time men live way below our means. So women will more so go and get that house, but what it does is the man that you will want to date.
On pussy.
What is that? What they say? She wants a $6,000 ring, 25% wedding, $50,000 car, $500,000 house, and pre-owned pussy.
That's all a man got to give us is pre-owned dick.
See,
but we're getting you that too, though.
Yeah.
But who
I don't know. I'm gonna ice my nigga out.
I don't want to ring that.
Oh
much.
yeah, I forgot this and
I'm
said
a
she a
trick.
trick. She a trick. What that nigga said? Say I ain't a trick, but
I'ma
it
holler at
get
you.
tricky.
You stick around, goddamn.
Now see, when I hear women say that I'm a trick, it sounds good. I get it. It sounds good. It's cute.
It's annoying.
But when
But
you,
no, I'm not really like I wouldn't say anybody, but when I really like fuck with a dude, I'll do stuff for them.
okay,
But not just
understood.
any nigga I meet.
But a lot of guys
Exactly.
that you may be attracted to that really I ain't finna let no chick just buy me and do all this shit for me.
That's the thing too. A lot of the guys, they are uncomfortable with that too. Like
'Cause
they
I would
won't
be too.
accept it.
Because you relieve me of a masculine.
So like for holidays and stuff, I do it. But if I try to randomly do something, they'll be like,
Because you rob me of a masculine privilege
Yeah.
and duty that I want to do. You take away things that make me a man.
I also feel like that gives women a sense of control too.
It do. It's a control mechanism.
Yeah,
a
because soon as you
control
make
and
me give my
investment.
shit back.
It ain't even necessarily that. It'll be oh man, I do this, that, and the third for you, motherfucker. You better do
Throw
this.
it up in your face later.
You
type
better
shit.
do this.
But that's why Shaq said you don't open up to a woman because she gonna throw it back in your face later
Right.
on. I agree with that.
It depends on how deep it is. Like some stuff is a low
low.
blow. I'm not like a low blow person.
You want a nigga crying on your shoulder at night, talking about he can't handle life and he can't pay for this. You want that?
Well, not he can't pay for this, but like if something traumatic happened in your life, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
I ain't talking about mama dying. I'm talking about like he dealing with adversity.
Can he
also-
open up?
was
Do
on
you
'cause-
feel like a man? Are you comfortable with a man opening up to you?
Yes, I am.
Emotionally?
But I'm not.
You think
I'm
you're
not good with
supposed to?
tears in general with anybody. So of course I'm not gonna be comfortable with a man crying. But if you need to like express your feelings, you can do that.
Why you not comfortable with a man crying?
No, I'm not comfortable with anybody crying around.
But I'm
me.
saying you said in particular, you said specifically a man more
No,
so than a
because
woman.
you asked about a man. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, if anybody starts crying around me,
But-
I'm just kind of like,
But in this context, it's a man that you're attracted to. A lot of these chicks that may come y'all just friend, but it's a man you're attracted to and you be intimate with.
I'm still gonna be uncomfortable because it makes me uncomfortable.
It's gonna make
in
you more
in
uncomfortable than
general.
your homegirl, though, right?
No, it's just a
Yeah, it
general
is.
thing.
You bullshitting me now.
No, it hurts more to see a man cry because it's just like, dang,
Why
you
you-
must really be hurt.
Yeah, life happened. I worked at this job 30 years. They
But it's not
fired
gonna
me.
make me think less of you. I'm being serious. I've seen my dad cry.
Okay.
And it didn't
A
make
lot
me
of men
think
are
my dad
saying
was
that
any
they
less of a
don't
man
wanna
because
say
he was
it.
crying.
But you're not intimate with your dad, is my point. This is a man you're intimate with that you're leaning on. Like this, is somebody you may see a future with. So you see him crumbling under pressure.
No.
Y'all just gave all these
Okay,
niggas
I gotta ask-
possible
I gotta ask you a
scenarios.
I got my own shit. If you down that bad, I can help you out if we really fuck with each other. But
Okay, I'm gonna say this. We talking about emotion. We ain't talking about just he might be
he
emotional.
just said he can't pay for this. He
I'm
can't pay
just
for
But
saying
that.
that's part of him
That's-
breaking
that's
down
one.
emotionally because he can't pay for something, so he feels it emotionally. But I'm gonna ask this question: if, as a woman, you want a man to lead, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the leader of y'all relationship, the person that's supposed to be guiding y'all, breaking down and crying because he can't deal with life? Do you,
Ooh.
is that a leader that you want to be following?
It
Still a
depends
leader.
on what's
I know he got
happening.
feelings.
Like
It's-
what's going on. You're human. I don't expect
I
you to
don't
be hard.
expect my
I don't want a
man
nigga that's
not-
hard all the time.
Okay, fellas, I got a question for y'all.
Alright.
This is a question for y'all.
Bullshit right off.
Our
Hold on,
answers
I
are
got-
never right,
No, no,
guys.
this
My
is-
bullshit
That
radar
bitch-
been going off for the past hour.
This something I gotta ask.
That bitch in the burger.
Hold on. This is what I'm gonna ask. This is what I'm asking, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
If we was in a situation, right? Let's just say we was at war, right? And bullets flying over our head, right? And our general sitting in the hole and he started crying. How y'all gonna feel?
Man, what the
What
fuck
the
you
fuck?
doing?
Right. What the fuck you the general
We
for,
avoid
my
that.
That's
nigga?
how y'all
Get
gonna
your
feel.
ass up.
That's how y'all
No,
going
but
to
y'all
feel.
y'all didn't let me finish where I was going. So, ladies, y'all in the same scenario, right? But let's say y'all Y'all going on a date, y'all at the movies, right?
Mhm.
And a nigga step on your nigga shoe or something, or bump you a certain type. Well, grab your ass. All right. The nigga grab
He
your
don't
ass.
do shit.
He don't do shit. He start crying. Well, baby, you know.
Of course, I'm gonna be mad.
You gonna feel away.
That's
right?
her. That's different.
That's
Dealing
different.
with life issues
hold
are
on, hold on,
different
hold
than
on.
that.
What,
ass.
hold on. But what if he just start crying like, oh, this always happens to me, man?
Oh no, you a bitch. That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
You
That
said
is
life is
different.
happening.
That's part of life. That's
No.
part
Way
of
to
his
prove our
responsibility.
point.
Hold on.
What you
That's-
crying
That's
about something that happened to me for?
That's
part-
minuscule.
Hold on. That's
compared
part.
to
hold on.
other shit.
Is
that
that
be
not
happening.
part of him's provision and protecting you though?
Yeah,
But
it's
why
that's
are
a
you
main. That's a
crying?
main tenet.
But why
That's
are you crying
small,
about something that
though.
happened to me?
That's so small.
Because he feels like at that moment he couldn't protect
I
you.
don't like these scenarios.
They
yeah, they're trying to make it
That's
fit
what
their
y'all
narrative.
want.
They're making it fit their narrative.
What were y'all
That's
scenario?
why I just been
God damn it.
quiet.
Give me one.
So she said, "Buddy got Janet down the street."
Yo.
Let's do this real quick. This is my point.
I'm just going what I
This is my point. Okay, she won a $6,000. Let's go back to the wedding and all that.
When I meet you,
Not
I'm already have the
him,
car in the
The
house. so
man
you
ain't
gotta get the
paying
ring.
for the wedding. It's the family members of the.
Hold on, that's traditional. That is
Traditional.
not, no, that's not
Exactly.
happening
But no,
today.
we can't pick and choose when we want to
No.
be traditional when we can.
No, but hold on. We've been my whole point is I always ask y'all in 2024, and y'all dating experience now. I've always stayed right here, right now. That is not traditional. People are not the father is not paying for the daughter to get married, especially not know how we know
But
how
the man
finances-
ain't paying for the whole wedding either. That's my point.
That's correct. I agree.
Mhm.
But I'm saying the traditional, what you want to go to, the father is supposed to pay for the wedding.
The
of his
father of the
daughter.
bride. That's traditional.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that is not happening today, especially when we know a lot of fathers ain't in the house.
A lot of people I know that got married because I'm a nurse. A lot of my coworkers, they're picking up overtime shifts to pay for their weddings.
Exactly.
So the man, it might be 50-50.
It
I
might
don't
be
know.
50-50,
But don't
but it's
say
not
a
100.
man is giving you a wedding. You
And
just
all
getting
you
a
doing
ring
is
for
getting a
real, for
re-
real.
pre-
I already
pussy.
got a
You
car. I
giving me
already got a
pre-owned
house.
dick.
I already got a car in the house.
But even if he gave you pre-owned dick, if he gave you that, that's more than what you gave him with pre-owned pussy.
That's true, but we
No.
also splitting the rest of
If
this
you
shit.
come, if you come to my house, I'm giving you the house. You moving with me, I'm giving you the house.
Hold on. For me reading this, I agree with y'all because I don't think ain't nobody doing it. Ain't
Exactly.
no nigga finna just give you no $500,000 house.
All
and
that shit leased.
50,000 and 25,000 and 6,000. I don't think too many niggas is going like
Caucasian stuff.
that. That ain't even Caucasian.
Yes, it is.
I don't even know.
Yes, it is. They families be paying for their weddings.
I don't know about that.
And white families, they use that tradition.
No, hold on. The reason I said that, I talked to
They
so
be
many
already
white
knowing who they
families,
gonna marry
white
before they
people.
graduate high
No.
school, and they be
No.
having 3 kids by 22.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I graduated from St. Clair County.
I went to Thompson. It's white.
That is
All
not-
my
that is-
classmates is married. They got multiple kids.
But that ain't how they got married. That most of these people that I see with white families, they were struggling just like the black people that went to school with us. When they were talking about their family,
And they married up. That's what I said earlier.
They didn't marry up. They married equivalent. They didn't marry up.
They had life insurance plans.
They married pretty
What
much.
is it
Hold
called
on.
when they still had their money from slave times? White
I'm
people.
gonna say this.
You know what I'm talking about?
This is something you go look up.
Reparations?
Most people are going to marry in their economical status, right? So people that surround you. So for instance, when you talk about marrying up, it ain't like you see ball players walking around Target. It ain't like you gonna just get the access to a multi-million-dollar nigga walking around
They be
Target.
picking them up
But
on Instagram.
The nigga, but the nigga that you gonna meet is probably gonna be a nigga at work, a nigga that's in your same city, a nigga that probably make what you make comparable to what you make. It ain't gonna be a nigga that's gonna just level you up like that. That's not how this shit works.
hope
And
so.
then also people marry people with the
I like
same
her.
IQ level. People marry people in the same IQ level. So you're not going to just marry this fucking genius that's a billionaire and you a person that can't hold a conversation and don't want to talk about rockets going to the fucking moon like Elon Musk. You're going to marry. You can look all this up.
But
you're
smart
going to
people marry airheads all the time. They do because they can control them.
No.
They're easy to control.
Everything
A lot
is
of men date
situational.
ditzy
Hold on.
women because they're
Have
easy
you-
to
hold on.
control.
If we just take the top people that we call the geniuses of the day, we go Bill Gates, we go Jeff Bezos, we go Elon Musk. Have you looked at the criteria of the backgrounds of the women that they date?
I don't know the one. that
Okay,
they do.
so if you look at these women are damn near geniuses themselves. They're not just
Melinda
gonna
Gates,
marry
yeah.
no
She a motherfucking genius.
air fucking head. They're
Ain't
not
gonna lie,
going to do that.
man who made the Book of Faces, his little Asian girlfriend, she really smart little.
Like Mark Zuckerberg, they talk about how smart Mark
man who made
Zuckerberg,
the Book of
Asian wife
Faces.
is. Like you're not going to
I
marry
guess
a
just the people
motherfucker.
that I see and like doctors.
And
date
you know,
and
I'm
stuff.
gonna say
You in
this.
Birmingham,
I just
my
thought
nigga.
about this. You know
I
why?
mean, I've seen it in Atlanta. I lived out there. You
Hold on.
know, I seen
Once
it in the
again, my
military.
nigga,
Hold on,
you in
I was in the
Birmingham.
military as well. I've seen them, and them motherfuckers are on marriage
ain't
number
it, no.
2 and 3.
That's because they in the
Black and white.
military. Military is the
Yeah,
worst
military.
No,
profession.
they were married before they got in the military.
Right, but being in the
and
military.
then divorced when they got in the military,
Exactly.
and then
That
found
what he trying to
somebody
say.
else
That's what I'm saying.
and
Exactly.
divorced. Right?
Exactly.
That's what he trying to say.
Exactly.
He's saying
No,
military
not
the
too
work.
much on me.
But hold on.
I'm doing
hold
too
on. Let me
fucking
say
much.
let me say
Fuck
this real quick. Let me say this real quick. But this is why you see so many people using this word now when it comes to dating. Saposexual.
Saposexual.
Whatever the fuck it is.
What's that mean?
It means you want to marry
I heard
somebody
in the
small.
Tootsie song, but I know what
That
it
means
means.
you have a sexual attraction to somebody who intelligent.
Who intelligent.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden everybody want to be marry a saposexual. Come on now. So we know a lot of
I
y'all
ain't
like
even
they
know the
dumb
word to it.
motherfuckers.
Where the fuck I been?
Do we know a lot of motherfuckers dating dumb motherfuckers? But I would say everybody want a saposexual. Come
You
on
never
now.
heard that word?
Come on now.
I mean, it's either you gay or you're not. God damn it. Shit.
No, that has nothing to do with that.
I'm just saying, you gonna marry a woman or you gonna marry a man or whatever the fuck.
I like
ain't
people
heard
who
no
have a
head-
different type of smart than me.
No sap,
I agree with
no
that.
head, no
Let's pull up one more
Veto.
slide.
Alright,
Let's pull up one more slide.
God damn it.
Yeah, because
I like people I can learn from.
Yeah, exactly. Like teach me
Because
something.
before we wrap up, I do want to hear Taze. I know we got off on tangents, which are gonna roll over to tomorrow's show
And I better
and
be
Sunday.
here.
But what I want to hear is like everybody's. As you call it, what's your forecast on how families?
A report from
just
Eviction
everyone
Lab.
gonna look in the next, let's say 3 to 5 years.
It's gonna be mixed.
I'm gonna start with you, Des.
Hold on,
Like-
let me stop sharing it if you ask that question.
Oh yeah, we'll play that first. Play that.
You
one
wanna play it first?
Yeah, play that one first.
Hold on.
And then I can ask because it may tie into it better.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go
Me
on,
too.
run.
Oh, the
And
video
I'm
go?
hungry,
Okay.
y'all.
Make sure y'all share the video, like it,
Share
subscribe
it,
to the
like
YouTube
it.
channel.
I really hope I can make it tomorrow.
I hope so
We hope
too.
you
Oh, tomorrow gonna be
We
lit.
needed
We
you
gonna look
earlier.
tomorrow.
I know. I'm supposed to be here.
Hey, y'all just don't get my chair.
Oh, because y'all know if I'm here tomorrow, this has been my seat.
I'm fine.
You gotta get
Wherever.
on time because
Which tracks evictions all around the country, came out, and in regards to Jacksonville, Florida, it has been discovered that, to no surprise, Black people are being evicted the most due to rising rent, right? And not being able to afford to live where they are living, right? And so it is said that Jacksonville specifically saw a 45% increase between the years of 2021 and 2022, and is currently 100% above the national average. Now, in regards to Black people, it is said that 40 to 70% of Black renters are facing evictions, depending on the area code, like on the west side of Jacksonville or on the east side, in certain apartment complexes and some houses as well. And so when I think about those numbers, and it's, Jacksonville is not special in regards to Black people being evicted, because Black people are evicted in record numbers more than anybody else, right? But we know that election season will be coming up next year. And of course, the Democrats will go into the Black communities and ask for our vote. Now, I know somebody's saying, well, Jacksonville, Florida, or Florida in general, is more a Republican state, right? Which is true. But again, we know that the Republicans really do not go after the Black.
I feel like they're doing that on purpose to try to push the Black people out. They're probably raising the rent, knowing that they're not going to be able to pay it, and then evicting them.
You're gonna take a break, but we're gonna continue. But what I want to talk about, something that we have not hit on today, which also plays into eviction and not being able to afford some of these rates, is our consumption habits. When I look at our counterparts, such as white, Hispanic, they're not looking for the sneakers drop. They're not looking
Chains.
for the J's, the jewelry, the new cars, the Hellcats, the Hemis, the outrageous concerts every week, the monthly vacations.
50 Flow, Hibachi.
Our consumption habits.
Get in with me.
And I'm guilty of this, and I had to kind of start looking at my money management a little different, like, because I don't work a traditional job, so my money comes in like daily. So what, like you said earlier, you spent 4 hours to buy a Stanley Cup, because if you look at a lot of people, they make anywhere from $15 to $17, $20 an hour. And the Stanley Cup, once you add tax, you add the gas to get there, you're looking at $65, $70 you to spend on this cup. So that costs you half a work day. So our consumption habits have also made it to where that we struggle to survive in these times because no matter how rough, how much gas get, we still gonna go to the A. No matter how high food gets, like food costs is crazy. I think Miami has the highest food inflation than Houston and Dallas. Like food inflation is one of the things because we look at food as something we just gotta do. So we don't whatever the ticket come out to be, I'm gonna buy it. So the couponing days, they still here, but they really don't impact like they used
Bro,
to.
you used to be able to save money by cooking at the crib. It don't even fucking matter.
It don't matter no more.
It don't
really
even
don't.
So either way, you finna get taxed.
Or you
Either
might
way.
spend less eating out.
For real though. Real
Half the
shit.
time you buy groceries to cook, and then the leftovers you don't even end up eating them.
But hold on. Even when you go in the grocery stores now, they got a whole thing. It's a whole science to how you're supposed to shop now. Like it's like you have to be so diligent with everything.
I don't
you
even
do
go
now.
to the grocery store. I do ship.
See, that's a waste of money. Like they talk about, you don't need to do ship, you don't need to do DoorDash. Like if you
I
want to
don't
eat
have
out, you need to
time
go
to
get it
go to
because
the grocery
extra fees put
Yeah.
on that, extra
Yeah.
fees put on your ship. All that stuff is just add more money.
Well, I don't have to drive to the grocery store.
It's
so
a time
saving
thing. I hear
gas.
people say they'll pay for the convenience. Like you may
I'm
work
one of
100
those people. Like every time I'm gonna fly from Birmingham, I don't give a fuck how cheap Atlanta is. I'm flying from
Me too.
Birmingham
Yeah,
Airport.
me too.
Oh, you bougie.
I'll fly from
like
Birmingham
I'm
too.
flying from Birmingham. I don't want to do all that driving.
Yeah, and then one
Because I
time,
think
one
You
time I
gonna
forgot
come
to
out. You gonna come out the same though.
One time
That's
I
just
forgot
like
my
the
license
food
at
and the
home and
But
missed
I
my
don't wanna
flight.
spend that
I had to drive to
time.
Atlanta.
Flights. That's what I learned.
It just depends on where you're going.
They don't.
It
I don't
depends.
mind
Yeah,
a
it
little
depends where you're
layover.
going.
So with what you just said with this
I couldn't-
inflation and all of that, what you see next 3 to 5 years, how you think this is going to impact like even your dating habits or whatever? Like, are you saying, well, with this going, because I don't see an end coming to this.
Oh,
I think it's
no.
gonna
I feel
only
like
get
it's gonna
worse.
be like you know how like we learned in history class about like the stock market crash and all that. I feel like something really bad is gonna happen. It's just gonna be like everybody gonna be down bad.
I'm gonna go buy a bike and a pistol. And I think I'll be all right.
I think I see myself going into a minimalist lifestyle. Like I'm going.
I've been trying, but
dump
it's really hard
all,
once you
like,
get used to a certain lifestyle. It's hard to go backwards.
It is. It's hard to
I
quit.
enjoy the minimalist lifestyle.
I wish I want to be like you when I grow up.
I'm with you.
So what you gonna do different? Like you say, in the next, let's say 3 years, let's say it get worse. Are you gonna? Is your taste in me gonna be the same? You think
I think